At the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Two of the Cape's best offenses do battle here tonight on a hot but gorgeous evening for summer college baseball. It's the Hyannis Harbor Hawks taking on the Brewster Whitecaps. And with that, we welcome you and say good evening from the Tim Alstrom Broadcast Center alongside my broadcast partners, Nico Sharp and Josh Schreiber. I'm Jacob Iron. So happy to have you with us here tonight. It should be hot bats throughout the entire night.
Yeah, the bats should get hot early. Pitching staffs do a great job from both teams, but it's going to be the bats. It's going to be the highlights so far. Teams who have scored a lot of runs these past 10 games. Harbor Hawks past 10 games, 6-4. For the Whitecaps, 6-3-1.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the Whitecaps, they've got a lineup that provides a whole lot of pop. We saw that in their last home game against YD. It's going to be the same thing with the Whitecaps, especially in that middle of the order.
Taking a look at how the Whitecaps stack up defensively, there is a lot there defensively for them as well. And it's really going to be Guth getting the ball and trying to go the distance for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, you look at a guy like Diamez Ross in center field for Brewster. He is an outstanding defender. At Florida State, did not get a whole lot of playing time just because of how stacked that team was and how stacked that lineup was. But all across the field, Brewster is very impressive. Yeah,
very impressive team. Hyannis is equally as impressive defensively as well in the lineup.
Yeah, when you look at the lineup, a little difference. Eric Snow getting a start at shortstop. Looking forward to seeing his first time out there. When we talked about the versatility of this infield, the ability to move all around and have a lot of success. So it's going to be another good one.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun here tonight. Earlier today, I was able to talk to manager Mitch Karer. Standing by with our manager, Mitch Karer. So we got two things to recap. We got an off day and then a big walk-off win against YD. What did you see out of that big win for your team?
Resiliency. A little bit of frustration at the end of giving away some stuff that allowed them to get in the game and then obviously take the lead. And then for our guys to battle back, there were some phenomenal at-bats in that ninth inning that really gave us a chance. Once we flipped the lineup over to Kep, we felt really good about where we were. And then Bargo had a massive at-bat to seal the deal. So it was a fun game.
Talk about Dalton Bargo's at-bat. Gets himself down early, battles back to get to a full count, and then puts a great hit in between the 5-6 hole.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just a competitor. It's not always pretty, but he's going to compete for you every single time, and that's exactly what we got out of him in that at-bat. He had some tough pitches that he fouled off, took some really close pitches that could have gone either way, was able to get something, and they served over the plate. And so really proud of him and not surprised, really, to be honest.
Then on top of it, you sent in Nick Groves and an aggressive call to go home. What did you see by sending in Nick?
Yeah, I think that just the conditions, and I thought, if there was any time to gamble, now was the time. I didn't want that guy to have another chance at, making it go to the 10th. And I'm an aggressive coach, and I tell our players, let's be aggressive. And so, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't do that, son.
Okay, fair enough. Have an off day yesterday. What'd you get up to?
Yeah, we went to the beach, hung out for a little bit at home. Stopped by the movie night last night here at the ballpark. It was really fun to see that. A big, massive screen with the Sandlot going. And then, grab some dinner with the wife. So it was a nice off day.
Nice. Sounds like it was very relaxing. Get you back onto the field to take on the Brewster Whitecaps. Both these two teams, a lot of offense for both these. How do you echo that to your pitching staff to try and consolidate runs?
Yeah, I think, for the most part, just pitch to your strengths. Understand, hitting is hard. And, even though they are good offense, they've done some good things. I think if we can execute pitches, it's still hard to hit, no matter how good you are. And so that's going to be important for us, is to establish fastball command, be able to throw some off-speed stuff when it's important. And our defense is going to have to play really, really good behind them. So if we can do that, I think we'll get off to a good start.
And over the past 3 days, it's one of the premier events in amateur college baseball, the MLB draft. So had former Harbor Hawks, current Harbor Hawks getting drafted. What has it been like to see some of the players that you've coached here so far get their name called and have that experience to be able to see them through?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. That's why they're here, is to showcase their skills, show that they're ready for that next level, and to see them get rewarded for that is really, really cool. So as a coach, it's really fun to watch, and at this point now I just follow their career, and hopefully they make it to the big leagues and I can get some tickets every now and then. But just it's fun to be a part of the Hawks organization and to see what these players are doing and what they're going to do when they move on. It's really fun.
Thank you so much, Coach. He's only asking for tickets. That's all he's asking for. Easy enough. Josie Broyles is standing by with Dalton Bargo for more.
Sideline reporter Josie Broyles here after a huge Harbor Hawk win. I was able to grab aside Dalton Bargo after a winning hit that he had the other day. How does it feel? That was hugely anticipated, really nerve-wracking game. How are you feeling after that?
I felt really good, especially because the day I had begun before that wasn't looking too good. But I was just doing anything I could just to get the next guy up and find a way to get the win for the guys, and we pulled through.
A little bit of a weird one for both teams at bat. 0 runs on the board for over half the game. When you're usually in a rut like that, what do you do to kind of get yourself back? What kind of strategies are you able to take on?
Really just get in the box and just try to fight and, really not lay down and, just scrap it out. And that's what we did, and that's what this team is, and we just fought till the end.
And Dalton, I know you got here mid-season and you kind of weren't really here for the beginning. What are you specifically trying to work on? What's your goal coming off the Cape?
Yeah, no, just kind of dial in my approach, get ready for the fall, get the defensive reps that I missed in the spring. Didn't really get a lot of those, but just get more reps and get better and get ready for the fall.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome you back to McKeon Park for a gorgeous evening. A little bit of stickiness with the humidity in the air, but it proves to give way for a great night for baseball. It's Hyannis going with Kieran Caher, Nico.
Yeah, Kieran Caher, number 37, the sophomore from Kent State. You see his numbers there, 3 innings pitched. Does have a recorded win for him for the Harbor Hawks this summer. He has a very short arm action, as you see it there. Fastball, curveball, changeup mix. He mixes it very well. He's a guy with a high spin rate. That ball's going to look like it is just a blur in the zone.
Then on the other side for Brewster, they have a really strong lineup, Josh.
Yeah, they certainly do. That lineup, starting with Nick Demesnel, I should say, Caden Kent, Ryder Helfrich, they are the first 3. Then Daniel Cuvée, a man who has really made a name for himself this summer. Out of the University of Miami, was a freshman this year, a top prospect. He hit a ball 477 feet earlier in the year. He is going to likely put on a show, or at least I certainly hope, in the Home Run Derby. Then you got J.D. Rogers, former Harbor Hawk Brody Donay, then Drew Farreau, Max Kofer, and Diamez Ross to lead up to end things off.
It's Duke Numanel to really get things going here tonight for Kieran Caher in his first start of the summer, a relief pitcher out of Kent State, and Just himself, and we're ready to roll. Dumanel batting .318 on the summer. An OPS of .870. Swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. Pitch outside for strike called against Dumanel, the Cal Baptist right fielder this evening for the Whitecaps.
Yeah, and at Cal Baptist, Dumanel was absolutely outstanding. 19 home runs, 45 RBIs, and he was able to get on base constantly as well. A .440 OBP to go along with a .362 batting average.
He's been slugging it well here, but having a slugging of .494, ninth in the Cape Cod Baseball League so far on the season. Kahi had 0-2. Tapper that goes foul. Live to see another pitch.
And you see Bargo and Kahi back on the same page. You saw him a little cross up in the pitch before. Pitch was taken for a strike, and that one hit straight off the mask of Bargo.
Kahi delivers the 0-2 and is fouled away again. Something that Mitch Karer always iterates to his pitching staff: be ahead, get in front, and attack batters. Here in this first AB, ahead 0-2 to Dumanel. Breaking ball that drops in for a strike, and Kieran Kahi starts his evening with a strikeout.
And there's that curveball we're talking about right before he came up to the mound. That's that hard-breaking 12-6 curveball. Such a high spin rate, has so much movement on it. That's just a great pitch. And if he gets that working for him, it's going to be a good night for him.
And when you throw so many fastballs up in the zone, that breaking ball looks so much more sharp when you're able to drop it and get that call in the inside corner.
Caden Kent looks at a ball upstairs. Kent, Texas A&M second baseman for them. Father Jeff played in the majors for 19 years. Five-time All-Star and National League MVP back in 2000. 1-0 breaks off another curveball for the 1-1 count.
And that curveball has so much movement to it. You know, he had that 92-mile-per-hour fastball out and away. Breaks off a 76-mile-per-hour breaking ball.
Dropping 23 inches of induced vertical break. Ball one lined right into the glove of the ranging Snow for the second out.
Perfectly executed pitch. 91-mile-per-hour fastball right in on the hands, right to Eric Snow.
Just met Eric Snow. Let's take a look at how Hyannis stacks up defensively as well.
It's going to be Tate, Groves, and Kepley moving left to right in the outfield. Michael Natal, third base. Eric Snow back at short for his first time this summer. Anthony Silva at second. Blake Cavill at first. And behind the plate, the battery mate of Kahi will be Dalton Bargo.
First pitch to Ryder Helfrich misses outside 1-0. And for Dalton Bargo, we've talked about it in every broadcast, but a true utility guy for Hyannis. Can play the corner outfield positions, corner infield positions, as well as behind the plate, getting his second rep of the summer behind the dish. 1-0 delivery is called for strike. For Kahi, trying to work out here and get a 1-2-3 inning, but has to go up against one of the best hitters right now in the Cape Cod Baseball League in Helfrich, leading the Cape with homers at 9. First in RBIs with 31. 1-1 is sent into left field. Tate is there to make the grab. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Kieran Kahi. It's 1-2-3, ABC, easy as it does for Kieran Kahi. Harbor Hawks picking up the bats for the first time when we return.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bourne Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bourne Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
It's the Hyannis Harbor Hawks lineup that now steps into the box to try and strike early, Josh Schreiber.
Yeah, this Harbor Hawks lineup has been so good all season long. A couple of lackluster games mixed in there, but overall, nothing to complain about. Kane Kepley leading off. He has been outstanding. And then Eric Snow, Dalton Bargo, the hero of Sunday's game. He's in there at the 3 spot. Then you got Michael Ditalo, Alex Lodis, Blake Cavill, 4, 5, 6. And then they'll round it out, the bottom third of the lineup, Anthony Silva, Nick Groves, and Josh Tate.
They're going to go up against a really dominant pitcher in Luke Guth.
Yeah, SEC guy, number 33, Luke Guth, freshman. Vanderbilt Commodore, so far for the Brewster Whitecaps. He's had 5 appearances, 2 starts, 14 in a third innings pitch, 15 strikeouts, just 5 walks. Fastball, changeup, slider guy. And my goodness, that changeup has so much run and great dive to it. Look for that to be his pitch against lefties.
Kepley goes attacking for the first pitch he sees. Kent is out into shallow right center field to make the grab for the first out. You already met Kent. It's Rogers, Ross, and Dumanel in the outfield, along with Cuvée, Thoreau on the left side of the infield. Donay, his right infield partner at first, and Kofer behind the plate, and the battery mate of Luke Guth for this evening. Eric Snow looks at a called strike, and for Snow, playing great baseball as of late, consistent hitter in the lineup.
But when talking about Kepley, I think that's the first time Kepley's led off the game, and there's been 1 pitch. I mean, he's worked so many late counts. That might be the first time he's been the first pitch swinger.
And, you know, that's part of the Cape League. You start to get scouting reports mixed in, and, you know, that scouting report starts to say, hey, this is a guy that's going to sit first pitch. He's going to make you come to him. I think he's starting to realize that, and we saw him on Sunday swing at the first pitch a couple of times. Yeah. He jumped on that first pitch on the 3-run double that he had, so maybe something that we're going to see him start to do a little bit more.
Eric Snow sends one right back by Guth, and it's a single for Eric Snow to start the evening for him to now bring up Dalton Bargo. And the last time he was in the batter's box for Hyannis, he was getting the walk-offs hit to get Hyannis past YD.
And a big thing for him was his mentality all game. He says it. We've interviewed him a couple of times, talked to him a lot about it. He's like, I wasn't having the best offensive day, but he says, I came in a big situation. I was the name called there. He got another chance, an opportunity, and that was a hard line drive into the 6-hole for him. 2 RBI walk-off base hit for Bargo.
0-0 pitch is upstairs on Dalton Bargo, and 1-0. And talking to Mitch Karer earlier today, he understood putting players in the position to succeed and have those summer memories. Bargo unleashes on one into right field. Dumanel back to the wall, and Dalton Bargo gets a 2-run shot for the Harbor Hawks to lead it off, his first of the summer.
And it doesn't get much better than that. Dalton Bargo had a little bit of a slow start to his Cape League season, but I think that walk-off brought the confidence back a little bit for him. Had the walk-off his last at-bat. This one today, his first, an absolute bomb. A 2-run shot to put Hyannis out in front.
Now Michael DiTallo looks at a called strike.
And you talk about a guy who's getting his swagger back. Look at that swing. Pull side down the right field line, and he knew it immediately. Little bat toss from the Tennessee man. That's a great swing, and look out, 'cause his bat's getting hot.
And guys, 91 miles an hour off the bat, 354 feet.
0-2, they'll check down to Jake Britka, first base umpire. Say he did not go around. Sam Finn, the home plate umpire. Matthew Newman, the third base umpire, rounding out today's United umpiring crew. Guys has the 80-mile-an-hour slider going to the other batter's box for the 2-2. And Dalton Bargo had a little bit of swagger in his game at the start of BP today. Another one sent deep into the outfield. Ross is there to the warning track to make the grab for the second out.
Michael DiTallo works so hard up the middle, uses his hands, keeps it inside the baseball. It's a hard line drive to dead center field, and it's the hitter of the week, Michael DiTallo, who's been swinging a hot bat. That one just getting under it.
Now Alex Lodis, the designated hitter. Looks at a ball inside. Lodis batting .317. The later addition to the Harbor Hawks team, and so far has contributed in big ways for Hyannis.
He's been getting it done both offensively and defensively. It's one of the more fun guys just to watch take ground balls. So smooth up the middle, and he's just straight up butter at shortstop.
Can learn more about him and his journey in Omaha with Josh Schreiber as they sat down to do an Inside the Nest a couple days ago on our YouTube page. Go check that out. The 2-0 to Lodis is a hard grounder that sneaks out of the diving reach of Farrow. And the Harbor Hawks have 3 hits here in this bottom of the first.
It's a great swing from Lodis, sends it into the 6 hole. And yeah, that's a guy who's been swinging it well too, and he's a guy who's been there. Once again, you got to check out Josh Schreiber's segment because, you got to learn so much about him. Again, you see these guys on the field, but getting to know about the Omaha experience and how the talent here and what it looks like for him, and such a cool story. And this is a guy who's been swinging it well for the Harbor Hawks.
And guys, one of my favorite parts of that was him talking about how Cam Smith really helped him before he got here. He was talking to him about, what to expect in the Cape. Jamie Arnold was talking to him about the Black Cat and how much he recommended going there. And Alex Lodis, a big clam chowder guy, so really good spot for him.
0-0. Lodis is in motion. Throw down from Kofer is in time. But it's a 2-run shot off the bat of Dalton Bargo to lead off the scoring. Hyannis up 2-0 through 1.
Hey Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
The NAC Cape Cod is proud to be the Light Up the Park sponsor of the Harbor Hawks all season long. The NAC offers 2 convenient locations in Hyannis and Orleans, both offering delicious burgers, tacos, sandwiches, and more. Visit NACCapeCod.com to order online today. The NAC Cape Cod is proud to be the Light Up the Park sponsor of the Harbor Hawks all season long. Welcome back to McKeon Park. It was Dalton Bargo getting the scoring started for the Harbor Hawks as he sent one into the trees in right field for a 2-run shot. For Hyannis, they had their bats early in that half inning.
Yeah, they sure did, and 3 hits, and that long ball really changed the game.
Yeah, it certainly did. And you talk about the long ball. This guy up at the plate for Brewster knows all about that. Him and Ryder Helfrich, who flew out in the last inning, maybe the 2 best hitters on Cape Cod so far this year, and they are both in the middle of this Brewster lineup.
Covey, 4th in batting average at .355, 4th in home runs with 6, 3rd in RBIs with 19, 10th in on-base percentage at .419, and then slugging at .667, which is 1st in the Cape Cod Baseball League. I think that's a good summer so far.
And 1st in OPS as well.
Swing and a miss. 4 strike on Cuvée. 0-1.
You know who 2nd in OPS is?
Helfrich, right?
Yep.
I thought you were trying to get me on it.
No.
I thought I was like,
I kind of spoiled that earlier in what I was saying.
0-1 hopper that Snow's able to corral to get the first out here at the top of the second. We know we have trivia coming today. I thought you were hitting me with trivia early.
I do love myself some trivia. That was one of my favorite parts of being a producer last year, making the trivia.
Josh is really good with the details. You have Josh Analytics as well. And, you get you analyze the deep stuff and even the things that people don't think about, I mean,
the Turley toss.
Dare I bring up the Turley toss?
Dare we bring
Jamie Arnold's dog's name.
Yeah.
Do you remember it? I don't either.
That would be something to remember. J.D. Rogers looks at a ball 1-0.
But that was one of the trivia questions last year, I remember, because he was in the press box, and I said, hey, do you happen to have a pet or anything? He's like, yeah, I have a dog. Why? I'm like, can we ask what your dog's name is for the trivia? And he just laughed and said, yeah, sure, I don't care. So it'll be his dog's name, and we put it on there.
Pitch downstairs and away to Rogers. 2-0.
Sorry, I have to ask, what made you think of that trivia question in particular?
I have
we had
no
a lot of
idea.
them last year. And
No idea.
Okay.
I just saw him. I was like, we need to spice things up in here.
Liner that goes foul. Of course, that's what you say, Josh. You always want to try and spice it up a little bit, huh?
Hey, we gotta create some interesting storylines.
J.D. Rogers, 8th right now on Cape with a .431 on-base percentage. Trying to get himself on base here in this at-bat versus Cahe as he goes to the 12-6 curveball that can't drop in. 3-1.
And it's very early in this ball game, but Kieran Cahe settling in. His pitches going well so far. He has great command of the curveball.
And they do have some action in the bullpen right now.
Rogers taps one back. Foul to load the count full. For the Whitecaps, not a count situation they want to be in. Only batting 102 in full counts. 10th on Cape. They have 52 walks to 56 strikeouts in the 3-2 position. Payoff pitch from Cahe. Goes to the fastball at 91.
And with Cahe leaving nothing middle. That fastball, he's painting the corners where he's working at the top of the zone, down the zone, in or out, doing a great job so far.
Harbor Hawks getting Grant Stevens, the new arm, or Chandler Dorsey, excuse me, the new arm for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks warm. Well struck ball that will hit off the light post and will be a home run for the Whitecaps. J.D. Rogers sends one beyond the fence, and it's 2-1.
Oh, my goodness. That ball, it looks like it was going to be a liner in the gap. That was 105 miles per hour off the bat. Wow. That ball was absolutely lasered off the light post in right center field.
I'm not going to lie, off the bat, I didn't think they had any chance of getting out. I knew it was hit well, but 398 got out in a hurry.
Now Brody Donay, who carries just as much power to take on Cahe. He sees the 12-6 breaking ball for the first time. For Rogers' homer, looked like it was just going to be a liner into the gap, but then just kept enough air on it and hit off the light box. It's probably a dent out there with how hard it was hit at 105 off the bat.
Yeah, that might be a textbook video you might show for backspinning a baseball. That ball just seemed to rise. It stayed low to the ground, and then that ball just rose and hit almost a quarter of the way up on the light post in right center field.
Donay sends one deep into left field, and it's a no-doubter. And just like that, the Whitecaps respond with back-to-back home runs.
Brody Donay, that's another no-doubter. 102 miles per hour off the bat, and that one was absolutely launched from Brody Donay. 415 feet. That ball was a no-doubter from Donay, and he knew it right off the bat.
Wow. We talked about the offense that was coming into this game, and it's on full display early through 1.5 innings. 3 home runs through 1.5. Drew Farreau pops one into shallow left field. Tate comes in to make the grab for the second out.
It's a great job from Cahe to be able to get back into the zone, and ball's flying out of the yard so far. And it's turning into a little bit of what we saw back on June 29th, the last time these two teams saw each other. It was a 12-4 game, high offense. Blake Cavell in his first game hit a home run, and Ryder Helfrich also left the yard for the Brewster Whitecaps back on the 29th.
Dropper that comes in for a called strike on Kofer. Oh, 1 is outside. 1-1. Swing and a miss. That puts Cahe back ahead. 1-2's trying to work out of this half inning after allowing Rogers and Donay to go back-to-back. One-two from Cahe. It's a grounder that Snow ranges over into the hole to make the throw and get the out. It's the Whitecaps getting 2 runs off back-to-back jacks from Rogers and Donay. We're tied up at 2 through 1.5.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Luke Guth had a stellar year at Vandy and went up against just as good opponents.
Yeah, Luke Guth, the starting pitcher today for Brewster. You see those names that he faced in just 18 innings pitched. Charlie Condon and Jack Kaggs, two of the best players in all of college baseball. Then, of course, former Harbor Hawk Christian Moore. In total, you've got those 9 first and second rounders, and then you've got 14 total guys who went in the first 10 rounds of the draft. Absolutely incredible that he was able to do, pretty well as a freshman against the very best talent in the entire country, and that sets you up so well to come to the Cape League and be successful when, now you are going against those same caliber guys, but they have a wood bat this time, so it makes things a little bit easier. And that didn't include guys like Jace Laviolette and Graham Grahovic, who will be first-round picks next year, and plenty of others.
Blake Cavell gets his first look at Guth after Lodis was caught stealing half inning ago. Cavell playing in one of his last games before he goes on a weekend break, as he'll be going to join the Savannah Bananas for a weekend on their world tour. Ozzie has a connection through his Western Kentucky coach that gets him to play in on a spot role for one of the best entertaining groups in baseball in the Savannah Bananas.
That is a lifetime goal for a lot of college baseball players that have come up recently. I mean, Savannah Bananas have so much fun. Former Harbor Hawk broadcaster Drake Toll with the Party Animals, one of the Bananas' main rivals.
3-2, grounder deep. That Donet's able to go grab. Guth comes off the bag for the out.
Little PFP action, get Guth off the mound. Brody Donet making a great job ranging to his arm side and far enough where he can make the throw over to the first base where Guth is there.
Now Silva, the second baseman, and TCU product. Looks at a pitch inside, and for Anthony Silva over the last 5 games is batting .375 in comparison to his .182 batting average on the summer. Really has found his swing, and it is shown over these last couple of games.
Yeah, he's found his swing, and he's got a very strong mentality. He works so hard away. Got to film another sharp segment earlier this morning. Got to talk to Silva, get in the cage with him, and dig through his mentality, and he loves to work away. He really focuses on his hands.
Silva sends one high into shallow right field. Kent calls off Dumanel for the second out.
Saw him use his hands there, just got under it, and it's one of the things. He talks about being direct towards the baseball, staying on top of it, not letting his hands drop. Hands drop there a little bit, but that's the swing you're going to see from Anthony Silva. Works really hard the opposite direction.
We talk about Anthony Silva in the last 5 games. This is now Nick Rose who steps into the bags. Batting .500 over the last 5. He's allowed the game really to come to him and understands how great he can play baseball when he allows the game to come to him.
And that 500 number isn't really even fully descriptive of what he has been able to do in the biggest moments, working huge walks. I mean, his walk on Sunday in the 9th inning was a big reason why Hyannis was able to win that game and then scored from second on that walk-off 2-run single.
And it was his slide punching the ball out of Easton Carmichael's glove to allow Hyannis to walk away with the win.
And you talk about 500. When you back it up and you see the last 7 days, this past week, hitting .750. A guy who's been getting on all the time. And He has 3 stolen bases, 3 walks, no strikeouts, 5 RBIs, and a double this past week.
Pitch outside, 3-0, and just got a smile on his face and has an on-base percentage of .833 in those last 7 days as well.
I mean, that is just an unbelievable number, Jacob Irons. I mean, to be able to get on, say you get on base, and there it is again, 8 out of 10 times.
It's one of those great players playing great baseball like he's doing right now. Now Josh Tate, Georgia Southern Eagle, gets his first look at Guth. Tate, the left fielder this evening, batting .333. I'll check back on Groves. And you think about Groves as well. Once you get him on the base pass as well. 9th in stolen bases with 9. He's not afraid to run and has great speed. 0-1. I'll check back again. And for Nick Groves, big ice cream connoisseur. So,
watch that.
Yes, Diamond Treats. But he keeps me updated on where he believes some of the best ice cream can be. As the 0-1 runs inside, they'll check back Groves, who goes in sliding again. He believes after the experience he had on the off day yesterday, he went to the Sunday school, which I know all 3 of us up here are big fans of. He really talked about the homemade butterscotch sundae as he makes it his mission to get back there at least a couple more times before he darts out on Wednesday.
And if you go there a couple of times, enough times, you'll see Josh Schreiber there too. Josh Schreiber, also the ice cream man.
Believe it or not, I've only been to Sunday school once.
And it was with us, right?
It was, yeah.
How?
I don't know. For some reason, I end up just going around this area. It's a mistake on my part, but I'm excited for tomorrow. We got Falmouth, so I'm going to get to go to Smitty's in Falmouth.
That pregame or postgame, Smitty's?
Pregame.
Pregame.
Wouldn't be surprised if Josh chose both.
Yeah, that could be true with how much he loves ice cream. Tate has a 2-2, though. Check back on Groves once again. Bluffed a couple steals. Really want to keep him close to the first base bag.
It's probably a good idea. This guy's looking to hit double digits in steals. Currently has 9, which is second best on the Harbor Hawks.
2-2 as Tate goes swinging and missing on the slider for the 3rd out of the 2nd. We're tied at 2 through 2 here in Hyannis.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold. Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
big game tonight in the standings for Hyannis. They have the potential to try and go grab the second place in the division right now. Could do it with the day off today. They played yesterday against YD, tied. And if Hyannis was able to get a win today, that would be able to bump them up, too, to be a full game ahead of the Kettleers.
Yeah, it's a big game for the Harbor Hawks. Katuitt having the night off tonight. They will not be moving in the standings. So, again, this is going to have a great opportunity here for the Harbor Hawks to find a way to win, scratch across one, and move up in the standings, get one game closer to Wareham.
And for Brewster, trying to chase Chatham for the second spot in their division.
So it makes these games even better. You have two teams currently sitting in third in the West and the East Division, both right on the grasp of getting up and finding out the next team.
Ross sends one into foul territory. Tate loses the hat to show off his flow. The 1-0 count.
Are you insinuating that he lost the hat on purpose to show off his hair?
Maybe. Maybe I am, Josh.
Fair. We'll have to ask him.
1-1 breaking ball. That's went right back into the netting. Josh, with your hair, can you even put on a hat?
Of course I can.
It's got the nice little curly hair. It's got some length to it, too.
Thanks. I don't know.
1-2 is sent foul and out of play for Ross.
And for Kieran Kahi, doing a great job so far, but he's made two pitching mistakes, and now those ones left a yard. But other than that, he's working corners really well, getting ahead of hitters. It's just those two pitches from the Brewster Whitecaps, and they took full advantage of it.
1-2 is poked back into the parking lot. Yamez Ross continuing to work. Florida State product, batting 182 so far in his summer campaign. Oh, he deals the 1-2. Grounder back over to Snow and gets the ground out for the hurler.
Snow really smooth over there at short. Has not played there a whole lot this summer, but really playing right now like he has.
Yeah, that's his fourth out already here at the beginning of this top half of the third, already making 4 putouts.
First pitch to Dumanel is outside. 1-0. Dumanel swings and misses. 74-mile-an-hour pitch. Dumanel struck out looking back in the first to Kahi.
And what I like about Kahi, he's a 4-pitch mix guy. He mixes it really well. Fastball, changeup, curveball. Also has a very sharp slider that's going to move right to left on your screen. And that one's sharper, coming at 80 to 83 miles per hour, while that curveball is going to be lower 70s.
2-1 outside, 3-1. Early action for Hyannis has ended in their bullpen. Now arms starting to get warm. It's Kahi's half inning. As of now, the 3-1. It's a breaking ball that misses for the first walk of the day for Kahi to administer.
Try to be a little tricky there. 3-1 breaking ball. That one just spiked in the dirt. Had a lot of movement to it, just not enough bite on it to get the chase from Dumanil.
Now Caden Kent, who had a hard liner back to Snow for one of his putouts early so far today. Runner goes. Bargo loses his grip on the ball. Dumanil is able to grab the Whitecaps' first bag of the day, something they do quite often, ranking second on the Cape with 55 stolen bases.
And that's thanks to Dumanil. He leads the team with now 19 stolen bags, so that's going to be a threat all day long for the leadoff man in Dumanil.
Pitch downstairs to Kent. 1-0. It's been the home runs to get all 4 runs across here early in this contest. Kahi deals a pitch outside. 2-0.
Got to get back in the zone here. Kahi down 2-0 after just giving up the free pass to Dumanil. We've seen what this middle of the heart of the order can do for the Whitecaps.
2-0. Back into the netting, 2-1. 3-1.
You saw the swing there from the Texas A&M Aggie, Caden Kent. He was trying to make this game 4-2. It's in a big hitter's count, that ball up in the zone. He was trying to drive it over the scoreboard.
3-1. Breaks inside, and it's a walk for Caden Kent. Now it's back-to-back walks for Kieran Kahi. Now Tanner Cunha is out to have a conversation with the pitcher.
In a good spot to talk to Kahi, because you got Ryder Helfrich up right now, and he has an opportunity to pour on some more runs, the home run leader.
And he's 0 for 1 on the day, but he had that hard line drive that made Josh Tate work backwards over there in left field. So he saw Kieran Kahi well in that first AB. And he comes in with a couple runners on, and this heart of the order is dangerous for Brewster.
Cunha, he talks to the entire infield as well. Double play is a possibility here with runners on first and second. Ryder Helfrich trying to join the home run party that Rogers and Donay started back in the top of the second. Pitch to Helfrich is a strike. Bargo is able to keep his body in front of it. Helfrich, Arkansas Razorback. At a 179 for them. Showing great development this summer. 0-1, runners go. It's a back pick. That Kahi has a pickle, and applying the tag is Silva for the second out.
Hey, you'll take that. Kind of a play you don't see every day where both runners take off and Kahi picks to second base. Nice job by Anthony Silva to track down Caden Kent, who was stuck between first and second before the runner going to third could score.
Breaking ball, that's outside. 1-0. Dumanil now stands at third. 90 feet away. Whitecaps trying to grab their first lead of the evening. It's a tapper that goes back on Dalton Bargo, and Sam Finn will give him the courtesy.
Kahi went back to the curveball there, and if he's able to throw that first strike, that's going to be the pitch. It's going to be the game changer. We saw him throw it twice, 3-1, and that's what works the walks. If he's able to find that 12-6 curveball and have command with it, Kahi will settle back in here quickly.
One is sent into left field. Tate going to the corner, up against the wall, makes the grab. Kieran Kahi works out with a runner on third, and it remains a 2-2 ball game. And now a switch hitter, and Matt Coates doing PA and sideline for us this evening. Evening, Matt.
Thanks, Jacob. Guys, yesterday might be the first off day of the year that we didn't want to have. The day before that, massive 6-5 walk-off victory against the best team in the East, the YD Red Sox. A game where we got a walk-off from our Tennessee guy and national champion, Dalton Bargo. Really interesting situation, guys, where you only had one game in 3 days in the Cape Cod Baseball League. The day before, a rainout, a game, and then a scheduled off day the day after. Not something you typically see in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Hopefully we can see the Hawks bats get hot again to finish this game out and keep this win streak going. But guys, for the first time in a while, not excited to see an off day. Back to you, Jacob.
Thanks so much, Matt. Hey, sometimes those off days come when you don't want them. Other days you take full advantage of them. I know everyone in this broadcast booth took advantage of it yesterday. Josh Schreiber taking the trip over to Nantucket. Nico Sharp playing a little pickleball. Man, Mike Maynard, one of our writers, hitting
It's Mike Maynard.
the golf course.
Got some golf in. Yeah, yesterday, how'd you guys do? I heard about you guys going. And
I played better than the last time.
Huge.
Mike made it attainable. I dropped by one shot to Mike Maynard, which was tough. Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
2-0 for Mike Maynard then.
2-0 for Mike Maynard.
Wow. Wow.
We got another Monday coming up, and we've already made it known that we are going back.
Sure.
Got to get it back out there.
So you dropped a stroke. What are we looking to improve going to next Monday's matchup?
We play at a par 3 called Blue Rock. I have not hit a green in regulation, but for the 2 rounds, so I am going to try and get onto the green so I can be putting for birdie. I got to go hit the weight room. I got to go get some more distance on my shots. Someone who doesn't is Kane Kepley. Already has a home run so far this summer. His great power to his bat. I'm waiting for the day that Nico Sharp gets onto the golf course and makes me look horrible.
Yeah, I haven't got to go yet. 2 days I wasn't able to make it out there, but hopefully Monday. Monday we can get back on there. We were going all the time last year. Haven't got a chance to go together this year, so looking forward to it.
Kane Kepley sends one that grounds foul and out of play. We got to get Josh Schreiber out there as well.
Well, we have to get Josh Schreiber's clubs.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That is a problem. I could use Nico's.
That is
Lefty?
true.
Oh, yeah, both are lefties.
Sure.
I left him at school, so not a great look for me.
And, it'd be different if this wasn't his second summer. This was his second summer. He knew how much we golfed.
I know. It was a mistake.
This is a golf-happy intern group we have here at Hyannis. Josh Schreiber dropping the ball. 0-2 to Kepley. Holds on the 84-mile-an-hour pitch outside 1-2.
That's that changeup. It's been so good for Guth. He loves throwing to lefties, but he'll throw it to right as well. But behind the count, that's a great pitch that starts low and away from Kepley and moves away.
Tate gets under one to keep his at-bat alive. For Kane Kepley. Second in on-base percentage in the Cape Cod Baseball League at .477. Second in doubles with 6. Then it's his walks, 28 of them. He sends one deep into the right field corner. Will it stay fair? It does. Kane Kepley unleashes on his second homer of the summer.
And you were just talking about the power of Kane Kepley. This is a guy who doesn't need to hit the weight room, Jacob Irons. You called it. And there's the pitch. Stays up in the zone. Fastball up and into Kane Kepley. He turns that one around to deep right field. All Dumanil can do is go up and look at it. And that one hit a treehouse over there in right field.
96 off the bat. 374 was the distance. Right down the line. That wasn't a wall scraper.
Oh, got all of that one. Eric Snow is at a pitch inside. For Snow, scoring a 1-for-1 day with a run. He came around to score off the homer of Dalton Bargo. Pitch in for strike. On Snow. Pitches downstairs, 2-2.
Back-to-back sliders there from Guth. First one in for a strike. Start at the shoulders of Eric Snow and just whipping around, getting the outside corner. And that one used as a chase pitch. Tried to get strike 3 call there.
Pitch goes inside and hits Eric Snow square on the shoulder. He's at first for the second time this evening. And now Dalton Bargo back into the batter's box after his homer back in the first.
Yeah, and Bargo has faced Guth before. Mentioned all of the impressive hitters that Guth faced throughout the season. In the SEC tournament, he faced Dalton Bargo. He hit a go-ahead sac fly to the warning track in almost the exact same spot that he hit that home run. So didn't get him the first time he faced him, but certainly did the second.
Now mating to the mound as Gopher's out to talk to Guth. With no action right now in the bullpen. A couple of bans, but no one that has designated themselves as the next arm to get warm here in the bottom of the third. It's been the long ball. We talked about the offense for both these two teams. Already 4 home runs between the two dugouts.
And it's been a lot of fireworks here tonight. No small ball. Not much small ball being played here tonight. It's going to be the long ball. That's going to be the difference in tonight's ball game.
A little bit of wind, and it's blowing out into center field this evening. Add that with all the power that is present here on this Tuesday night.
And a warm day. The ball going to carry.
You put that mixture all together, could have a home run derby here tonight in response to yesterday's. Pitches outside. 1-0 to Dalton Bargo.
And I mean, these home runs that have been hit, I mean, they're probably out no matter what the weather is. They have been absolute moonshots. Dalton Bargo's the only one that was a little bit of a wall scraper, but I mean, he certainly got a lot of it.
Bargo looks at a pitch outside. (2-0) to Bargo, cuts in for strike. Bargo, the Omaha native, is able to win the Men's College World Series with Tennessee in his hometown, calling it one of those surreal experiences. Dreamed it up all his life, and then to be able to do it in front of his family and friends who were all in attendance in Charles Schwab Stadium One of those experiences you'll never forget.
Yeah, what a crazy story. You grow up in Omaha, Nebraska. You grow up going to the games, understanding how big that moment is as a kid, and then you're able to win it back home in your own playground. I mean, that's a crazy story, and not a story that too many guys will ever get to tell.
He looks at a strike to even the count at 2-2. Bluff to steal. Ball's in the dirt. They'll appeal down to Matthew Newman, and Dalton Bargo goes around for the first down.
Back-to-back breaking balls once again, and that slider is so sharp. Bargo realizing the slider knows going to be down the zone, just a slim too late offer to that one. Gets the swing and strikeout.
2.
Hey Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
Welcome back to McKeon Park here on a gorgeous evening in the Middle Cape. It's 3-2 Hyannis leading after the home run from Kane Kepley.
And these pitchers have settled in well, but any pitch that they've made a mistake on, it's been the long ball for both teams. You know, you touched upon it. We got 5 runs on the board. All 5 runs coming via the home run.
Karen Cahy back out for his 4th inning of work. Going to take on Daniel Cuvée. He looks at a strike, and like we've talked about previously, Cuvée is putting together a really solid summer with the Whitecaps. Cuvée, the University of Miami product, at a .351 with the Hurricanes. Really played some great baseball in the spring, and it is translated here so far this summer. 1-1 hard grounder goes right by third base camera.
Yeah, I don't think that went right by it. I think it hit the tripod.
Maybe for my own sake, Josh, we could have said it went right by it. 1-2 leg kick from Cahy as he delivers a 79-mile-an-hour pitch. That's fouled away.
And Cuvée wants that pitch back. That was a slider that stayed right over the middle. And Cuvée was just under it.
Pitch downstairs that Cuvé's able to hold on. 2-2. And Cahy minus the 2 home runs. Been very solid, works himself out of jams. 2-2, swing and a miss. Kieran Cahay gets his second strikeout of the day to lead off the fourth.
And it's been home run or nothing for the Whitecaps. 2 hits, both those being home runs. And the only thing else was him shooting himself in the foot with a couple walks.
Yeah, look, it's only 1 point that separates these two teams in batting average. Whitecaps 261, Hyannis 260, but it's really been the ERAs that separate the two teams. For Brewster, trying to find their rhythm from their bullpen. Foul tapper that goes into the glove of Bargo off the bat of J.D. Rogers, who had one of the 2 home runs for the Whitecaps back in the second. Ball 6 curveball drops in for a called strike on Rogers.
And Cahay doing a great job of utilizing the pitch clock to his advantage, working it all the way down to 1, holding a long hold down the bottom when he came set. So a great job. That clock was hitting 0 as he just had begun his motion.
Oh, 2 pitches upstairs and away. 1-2 that time. The clock hitting 0 as he was in his delivery.
Yeah, he's cutting it close, but yeah, he's pretty slow once he gets down there, getting his signs. It's clock sitting down here, down to 5 seconds again.
Delivers at 1 second. It's a bloop liner that goes into the glove of DeTalo for the second out. Dangerous game call he's playing, though.
Yeah, he's playing a dangerous game, but he can see the clock right in front of him. So he understands how much time he has, but yeah, if you can't find the grip last second in change again, he's just risking a free ball being given up.
Berdinone got a homer over the left field wall. Steps in with 2 outs. 12-6, that misses inside. 1-0. Berdinone, last summer playing with the Harbor Hawks. This summer taking his talents to the Brewster Whitecaps. So far in his second return to McKeon Park, feeling the love. Hit one deep in the left field wall where he's positioned plenty before a summer ago. And the last time these two teams faced went 1-for-4.
And for Donay, we've seen him twice now, and he's played first base in both those games, was a catcher for the Harbor Hawks last year. Caught a good amount of games for the Florida Gators as well. Split time with Luke Heyman.
Downstairs and away, 3-1. And it's his return to McKeon Park. Didn't play in the last game. And these two teams squared off here, Kian, as Florida Gators were still making a run in the Men's College World Series in late June. 3-1 to the Gator is outside, and Donay earns himself a walk.
That's just another 3-1 breaking ball that gets away from Cahay, and it seems like that's going to be his backbone. Down the count, 2-1, 3-1, continues to throw that sharp breaking ball down the zone, and so far it's all been walks, but you know he trusts that pitch.
Pitch inside on Farrow, who popped out to Tate in left field in the second.
And for the Harbor Hawks, it's going to be Sean Fitzpatrick, the southpaw, in the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks.
Pitch inside, 2-0. And Fitzpatrick's been a really strong arm out of the bullpen for Hyannis. Product of Arizona State. charismatic individual that always had a lot of hop in his step at McKeon Park.
And he's such a valuable left-handed arm out there in the bullpen. You know, not the biggest guy, but still sits low 90s with the fastball, a low three-quarter arm angle that's really tough to hit.
Farrow sends another one into the trays. It's the long ball again from the Brewster Whitecaps. It's now a 4-3 lead for Brewster.
Another loud contact by these two teams, and that one was also a no-doubter right off the bat. You can hear the oh from the crowd because that was an absolute line drive, 95 miles per hour off the bat. You can see it go over the scoreboard in right field.
And Mitch Karer is out of the dugout and will make the call in to have Sean Fitzpatrick step on the mound. We'll tell you about Fitzpatrick in his summer when we return.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself. Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bourne Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bourne Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks.
Sean Fitzpatrick comes in relief of Kieran Cahay, the Arizona State arm.
Yeah, southpaw from Spring, Texas, 6 foot tall, and been one of their go-to arms. This is his team-leading 7th appearance of the summer, all coming out of the bullpen. 1-for-1 in save opportunities. So 7th appearance, 8 innings pitched. So he's a guy who's had some pretty short appearances. So we'll see if they decide to let him go as he comes into the middle part of this ball game.
Yeah, and the left-hander, a lot of movement on his fastball, more of a two-seam fastball, as you typically see with guys with the lower arm slot that you see from Fitzpatrick, and he will face the bottom of the order, Max Kofer, to start his appearance with 2 outs.
And for Brewster, with that home run off the bat of Farrow, that allows them to jump the YD Red Sox for the Cape lead in home runs so far this season. They have 31, YD has 30. Whitecaps have a lot of power in their lineup, and it's been on full display. All 3 of their hits have been home runs. Those are the only hits they've recorded. Shows how important that walk was for Brody Donay. An at-bat before Farrow. He was able to get on and have the Whitecaps be able to re-grab the lead. Hofer behind 0-2 after 2 balls that are fouled into the soccer fields here at St. John Paul II High School in downtown Hyannis.
And they're not like just skyscraping home runs, a lot of pop fly that just sneak out of there. They're backspinning the baseball, and it's a hard line drive home runs. And that's what all the 7 runs now have been via that backspin hard line drive home run.
0-2 is upstairs. 1-2 at 90 miles an hour for Fitzpatrick.
And for Hyannis, obviously, only down a run, you would never say that the game's over, but specifically against Brewster, they have struggled pitching so far this year. Obviously, their offense has been very impressive. We've said the stats, how they have the most homers on Cape Cod now, but 11-13 on the season. Typically, with an offense as prolific as that, you'd expect a better record. So it's been the pitching that has struggled at times, and Hyannis can use that to their advantage.
2-2 swing and a miss from Max Kofer, and Sean Fitzpatrick comes in and gets the strikeout to end the top of the fourth. But it's a 2-run shot from Drew Farreau to get the Whitecaps back on top, 4-3.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bourne Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bourne Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks.
Welcome back to McKeon Park, and it's the bottom of the fourth, and it's trivia time here. Which Harbor Hawk is the highest draft pick in team history? Christian Moore, Chris Benson, Jeff Hoffman, Jordan Westbrook.
I think I know the answer. I'll let you guys guess first.
Recency bias tells me Christian Moore. Yeah, I'll stay with Christian Moore on my recency bias.
I think it is Christian Moore because I think Nolan Shonwell was the highest overall draft pick last year, and Christian Moore beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking the same thing because Shonwell, I think, went 12th around to the Angels. I want to say that it was around there, so I'll say Christian Moore as well.
Oh, we're all going in on A. Chris Benson, 1996, first overall. Wow, we all got hit with recency bias right there.
We did. We certainly did.
Yeah, I really had thought that last year when Nolan Shonwell, they were talking about him, maybe one of the highest draft picks, but.
Wow. Look at that.
Now, would it count that they were the Mets? So maybe not the.
Oh.
Same franchise.
Same franchise.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's trying to game the system right now.
I'm competitive. Losing is, it's a tough one. So, I'm just asking. I'm not saying anything. I'm just asking.
You do lose a lot with me on pickleball, though.
I wouldn't say we lose a lot. We lose more than.
I don't think we've won.
Are you serious? No.
Against the league?
Yeah, in the league, yeah, we've won. I'll tell you right now, if we'd lost every game, I would never play with you again. So I'll just be straight up about that. If we'd lost every single game, I would just say, sorry, we're not teammates. But no, we've won a good amount. I would say we've almost won more than we've lost.
Oh. I don't remember any of the wins.
The losses linger longer.
Yeah, they so do.
Yeah, they really do. They really do.
Blake Cavill takes on Guth for a second time. 2-2. He pokes into the left center field gap. Ranging over is Rogers to make the grab for the first down. Now Anthony Silva, a Horn Frog from Texas Christian at second base this evening. Popped up to Kent, his counterpart, on the right side of the infield.
And he announced yesterday that he was going to return to TCU and withdraw his name from the MLB draft. So exciting to hear that. Then we weren't going to lose him today.
All one's inside. 1-1. Going to go back, develop, and really with how he has been playing over these last couple of games. Find himself in day one of the draft pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely one of the higher recruiting guys, especially if we're looking into next year. And, for selfish reasons, being from Fort Worth, get to watch him at TCU next spring. This guy was brought a lot of talent. He was a very high prospect shortstop, even coming out of high school.
Pitch in for strike on Silva. Two to Silva is inside, and it's a walk to Anthony Silva.
Nice at bat by Silva. It feels like every time he's at the plate, the count goes full. And I think the biggest change for him recently is that he's been able to capitalize on those. He kind of got a little bit unlucky to start the season where he'd have some loud contact, but just hit it right at somebody. That luck's starting to change for him.
Bunt pulled back by Groves, 1-0. Individual that practices small ball on the daily for Hyannis, making sure he can get a drag bunt down before he starts his round in batting practice. Off to steal. It's called strike. Silva returns to first.
You can see Hyannis really struggling to time up Guth on the mound today. A lot of bluffed steals. See, he's very quick to the plate.
Silva, 2 stolen bases this summer.
And to your point, Josh, he's very quick to the plate and very good at changing his delivery timing. Sometimes he has a long hold, and on that one right there, quick pitch, came set. As soon as he came set, he delivered, so doing a great job of changing up his looks.
2-1, fastball that nips a corner for strike 2-2.
One thing I found interesting about Guth is his coach over at Vandy, Tim Corbin, described him as being very athletic, which is not something you hear all the time to describe a pitcher. And, that athletic ability that he has, you have to imagine, helps him to be flexible on the mound when it comes to changing his looks, being quick to the plate. He's got a lively arm. Not the biggest guy, but still throws low to mid-90s.
2-2 has Groves get plunked. Now runners at first and second for Josh Tate. DJ Primo starting to get warm for the Whitecaps in their bullpen.
And it was just Guth pulling too hard on that glove side right there. Try to be really aggressive in his arm action with the slider, as you see the southpaw Primo get going over there in the bullpen, but just pulled a little too glove side from Guth. Now one almost going behind Nick Groves, but catching him on the thigh.
Pitch called for strike on Josh Tate, who struck out swinging and missing. Back in the second in his last AB, Tate, all Sunbelt second team honoree, starting his career collegiately with the Georgia Bulldogs.
Guth's pitch count now moving up to the mid-70s. And you see Primo, the southpaw, in the bullpen. The left-hander, Kane Kepley, stands in the on-deck circle.
1-1. Sent into the trees, foul. 1-2 after beautiful sunshine. Cloud heads started to pour in here, creating some overcast conditions. Bring down the temperature a little bit with the breeze. Tate swings and misses at the 79-mile-an-hour breaking ball for the second out.
And Tate's having a hard time seeing that slider, and so far Guth has understood that was very slider heavy in that at bat, threw 3 of them, working them all different parts of the zone. That one low and away, and Tate swings right through it.
Jamie Shevik, the manager for the Whitecaps, will motion to the bullpen. They'll bring in Promo. I'll tell you about his numbers so far this summer when we return.
Hey Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself. Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
DJ Promo steps onto the mound for the Whitecaps.
Primo had an interesting an interesting spring for LSU. 9 appearances, but only 3.2 innings. They used him just for a batter or 2 at a time. Was the #1 left-handed pitcher out of high school, according to Perfect Game, and getting a chance here in the Cape Cod Baseball League. A 4.5 ERA and 14 innings pitched. 6 walks and 16 strikeouts.
And when you see that number, you see 9 appearances, only 3 2/3 innings pitched, you're like, uh-oh. Gave up a lot of runs, but that's not the case with him. 2.45 ERA, only gave up 1 run in those 3 2/3 innings pitched. Left-handed specialist would come in and face a lot of lefties. Has a good pitch mix. He's got a cutter to his arsenal that he's going to utilize a lot. Has 7 appearances, 1 start for the Whitecaps, 14 innings pitched this summer. And a lot of strikeouts, one of the higher strikeouts for the Brewster Whitecaps, 16 strikeouts and only 6 walks.
Going to try and get his team back into the dugout and end this half inning before the Harbor Hawks can try and tie it back up. It's 4-3. Brewster has to take on Kepley, who showed his power back in the 3rd for the solo shot to get Hyannis the lead at that moment in the game. Ball drops in to Kepley for a ball, 1-0. Promo steps away. Re-engages with the rubber.
Has a good amount of speed on the base paths. Ball in the gap, could score gross from first base. Anthony Silva standing 180 feet away.
Breaker that gets away from Promo. It also gets away from Kofer.
And a big opportunity here for Kane Kepley. Nico, you talked about how he was primarily a left-handed specialist. If he can not get Kepley out here, you've got Eric Snow, one of the best right-handed hitters on Cape Cod so far this season.
The 2-0 is called for strike on Kepley, 2-1 at 91.
And what's made him a left-handed specialist is he's a cutter slider guy. So it's going to start on the left and move right. So against lefties, he's going to start at their shoulder and move in. But for righties, that's going right into them. So if they have the appearance that the ball is going to cut and move into their barrel, then that's going to be a very strong pull heavy for these right-handed hitters. And he doesn't have anything that goes the other direction, so all their eyes are going to be looking that way.
Two. Kepley nubs one. Back to Primo. He goes home with it. And everyone will be safe, except Groves got caught in a rundown, and he couldn't get back to second in time, and the tag is applied. And the run will not count at home. Groves got stuck over at third and put 2 on the bag. The Harbor Hawks tried to evade it. They were unable to. We go to the 5th. It's the Whitecaps leading 4-3.
Hey Cape Cod, we're Bourne Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
Welcome back. Centerville Pie Company. It's pie eating contest finishing up. Carson Bowles, the new addition to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, got it added to the roster today. Already taking part in the fun and activities. He's going to be a future Arkansas Razorback after spending the past 3 years at Lincoln Memorial, the strong D2 program out of Tennessee, and goes to the SEC after being 3rd in the nation at the Division II level in batting average at .445.
I read somewhere there was .475, Jacob. I mean, not to compare numbers there, but I mean, either way, absolutely ridiculous. And he had 14 home runs as well, so this guy could do it all. I know it's at the D2 level, but you're still facing pretty impressive competition there, and clearly the Razorbacks saw something.
I heard 15 home runs.
Well, we got our numbers mixed up, I guess.
Liner into left field. That'll drop in front of Tate. Hyannis Ross opens top of the 5th with a single.
You were selling him short on the average. I was selling him short on the power.
You're right, .475 on the batting average and 15 homers for Bowles. And talked about the whirlwind of experience of putting his name into the transfer portal. Said it was a lot of fielding calls and taking tours and trying to find the place that fit for him, and landed on Arkansas as the best fit for him to continue his collegiate journey.
And he just so happened that the best fit was one of the best teams in the country.
Funny how that works out.
Swing and a miss. One-hander as Dumanel loses his gripping on his top hand in the bat. First hit today off of Ross's bat. That wasn't a home run for the Whitecaps. There were 3 previous. It had all been long balls from Rogers, Donay, and Farrell.
Yeah, that's something I was thinking about, is you've seen all these 100 Mopper exit velos for hits, and that one just one right off the hands, a blooper that gets right over the glove of DeTalo in left field.
Pitch outside to Dumanel, who worked a walk back in the 3rd, 1-2. Brewster Whitecaps offense has produced. They needed to averaging 5.3 runs per game and averaging 4 hits a game. Pitch outside, 2-2 to Dumino. Dumino fouls one into the netting. Keep the count at 2 apiece.
Dumino's put up quite a few very tough at-bats so far today. Go back to his first at-bat where he fouled off 4 pitches after going down 0-2. Then worked a walk in his second at-bat.
2-2. Foul tipper that goes back into the netting. Four 3 here, the top of the 5th, alongside Nico Sharp, Josh Schreiber. I'm Jacob Irons, Matt Coates, and Josie Broyles down on the sidelines and by the dugouts for us this evening. 2-2, pitch inside, 3-2.
And you talk about the weather changing, that wind now becoming more of a gust over to right center field. You can see the flag over there in right field begin to wave a little more, and the overcast has kicked in. The temperatures have dropped. That wind has picked up.
Payoff pitch is upstairs and away, and Dumino works his second walk of the evening.
Now you bring up a guy in Caden Kent who has experience in the biggest moments. College World Series, lost to Tennessee, lost to Dalton Bargo actually, who's right behind him, catching today for the Harbor Hawks. But
pop up into the infield fly rule is called by Matthew Newman, the third base umpire, for the first down.
It's a big first out there for Fitzpatrick. The first 2 guys on for the Whitecaps. Because again, we talked about the danger that this 3, 4, 5, and even 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, all for the Brewster Whitecaps can do damage. And getting the first 2 guys on gets a really big first pitch right on the hands, right off the hands of Caden Kent, the Texas A&M Aggie.
It's 1 through 9 for both lineups today. Anyone can take you deep. Pitch called for strike on Helfrich. 0-1, and for Helfrich came in first in home runs. Cape Cod Baseball League with 9. He's trying to join in on the home run parade Brewster has had so far today. Dalton Bargo quick out of his squat. Check back in on one.
And Helfrich has flirted in his first 2 at-bats. 2 hard line drives deep into left field, going down the left field line. Seeing the ball well, 2 loud contacts, both of them just staying up in the air long enough for Josh Tate in left field to make a play.
0-1. Misses for a ball. Now 2-1 on Helfrich. Batting .295 on the summer. Flown out to Tate both times. He picked up the lumber, the 2-1. It's called for a strike on the outer part of the plate.
Fitzpatrick doing a great job there. Again, great hitter and rider Helfrich. 2-1 count. If he feeds him one there, Helfrich will change his ball game. Works that fastball. Has a lot of arm side run. Right in that lower third. And just painting that outer corner.
2-2, swing and a miss. It's a high fastball at 90 up by the eyes of Helfrich for the second out of the day for Sean Fitzpatrick.
And Fitzpatrick right there, he's been working that slider early in the count. And that one's going to start up and away and break its way in for a get-me-over slider. And then what does he do right there? That fastball up and away and going to stay in that quadrant upstairs. Just a great job with just tunneling his pitches and working them off each other.
Doesn't get any easier, though. He's going to go up against Daniel Cuvée, who tries to make his presence known with a big swing and miss.
Yeah, Cuvée has made his name known, already hitting .344 this summer, 6 long balls, 19 RBIs.
0-1. Tapped off of Bargo's chest protector. 0-2. Cuvée 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout on the evening. Tight game brewing between Chatham and Falmouth. 7-6, only in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch outside, 1-2.
Yeah, they're seeing an offensive showdown just as we are here in 7-6. That's an all-offensive ball game over there in Falmouth. We'll be going there tomorrow night, so look out for these offenses of coming off hot.
0-2 pitch inside, 1-2, and can catch that game also on Nesson tomorrow as well, the regional sports network, an affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. The 1-2 is upstairs and away, 2-2. On a full count here, Josh Schreiber doing double duties as well today on scoreboard, and he has not pitched a great game so far today. Payoff pitch, runners go. It is sent into the trees.
It's hard to focus on two different things, remembering I got to hit these buttons and then I got to
provide some insightful commentary.
Exactly.
Yeah, when it comes to Josh Schreiber and Matt Coates, those guys can do it all. And Schreiber doing double duties for the first time this year. And
I need Robbie back here.
Robbie, if you're listening, please come back. Payoff pitch is a liner right off the glove of Silva. Gets to it quickly. It'll be an infield single for Daniel Cuvée. And bases are now loaded.
And that was a hard ground ball, 106 mile per hour ground ball right back up the middle. Silva tried to backhand it. That one just hitting off the glove and not able to make the play, but able to keep it in front of him, hold the runner, keep the score at 4-3 with the bases now loaded.
Exactly that. Kept the ball in the infield to not allow Ross try and grab an extra 90 feet, move it to a 2-run lead. Breaking ball. .01 is fisted foul and beyond the grandstands here at McKeon Park. Sam Finn, the home plate umpire, bringing out new baseball. Sean Fitzpatrick after Dalton Bargo got a piece of it.
Those baseballs provided by the Bat Boys today. Bat Boy Appreciation Day. They have been amazing. I think they're the best Bat Boys on Cape Cod.
0-2 foul back in the break. You got to sit in the skybox today. Got some pizza. They got a hat with a Sharpie so that they can have all the players sign their hat, walk away with some signatures. They got the life today.
Yeah, these are hard-working ball kids. You see it right there. I mean, the little hands holding, is that 6, 7 baseballs? And not only that, but there are some competitors. They have a very competitive nature to them. You see them race for the foul ball. It's hit straight back, or a ball gets behind the catcher, and that ball is not live. They race the other ball kids for it and love the competitive nature.
That's what I was referring to when I said the best bat boys. I really meant the fastest, because I rarely see them lose one of those races.
The 0-2 to J.D. Rogers. Drops in. 78-mile-an-hour curveball for the third out. Fitzpatrick is able to get out of the bases loaded jam as we go to the bottom of the fifth here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. We'll welcome you back here to McKeon Park. Sean Fitzpatrick dialed up a great strikeout pitch.
Yeah, look at that slider. So much movement. Lefty starting in behind the hitter in J.D. Rogers and just flipping to that inner corner. That's a perfectly placed pitch for a strikeout looking.
It's a great time to remind you, if you live on Cape Cod or know someone who does, tell them to host a Hawk. The Harbor Hawks are in need of host families as the 2024 season continues, and we need your help. Email us today at harborhawks@gmail.com to join our family. DJ Primo back out after Hyannis got to him in his first inning. It's a big half inning for Hyannis, trying to get themselves back to a tie ball game. They find themselves down by 1.
Fitzpatrick doing a great job to bear down there. Bases loaded. Just had that 106-mile-per-hour ball hit right back up the middle. Bases loaded in the heart of this tough order in the Brewster Whitecaps. Able to get the strikeout looking. Keep the game one swing away.
Eric Snow looking for his second home run of the summer. 0-1 is a liner that drops in front of Dumanel in right field, and he's aboard.
And just a beautiful piece of hitting by Eric Snow that time. You mentioned looking for his second home run, but takes that pitch on the outside part of the plate, doesn't try to do too much, and picks up his second hit of the day, this time to right field. And you get on base to lead off the inning for the man that's been hot recently, Dalton Bargo.
And the walk-off hit 2 nights ago for Hyannis to beat the YD Red Sox. Open the scoring tonight with a 2-run shot. Looking to add on to his stellar past 2 games. Bargo sends one fouling up by the grandstands. 1-1, and once again, great attendance here for a Harbor Hawks game. Fans littering the side hill, bringing their own chairs down into the Harbor Hawks bullpen. Pro deals the 1-1. It is up and gets away. Snow thought about it and is late to the jump. Kofor doesn't risk throwing down, and Snow was able to grab second.
It's a tough read when you're on first base and you see the ball get away, especially when it's going down the same line of vision. It's tough to see how far that ball gets away from the catcher, and that's what happened to Eric Snow right there. Took his secondary, he was kind of dancing over there, didn't know which decision to make, and ultimately make a decision to go after seeing the numbers of Kofor turning his back and running towards the baseball. You guys pretty good indication that that ball is far enough away for you to dash and get to second base.
2-2. Dalton Bargo battling. The delivery, Bargo goes out and swings and misses. His second strikeout of the day.
And that's where the lefty specialist comes into play. So tough with that slider, has such sharp movement, late break. It's not going to be this slow, lot of horizontal movements, late break. It's very quick, 84 mile per hour, comes out of his hand looking like a fastball, and last minute that thing's going to dart, moving left to right.
Kofor out from behind home plate to have a conversation with Primo. For Hyannis, trying to grab that tying run that stands on second. Had an opportunity with 2 runners on a half inning ago that ended in the pickle of Nick Groves. Now with Michael Detallo, one of the consistent batters for Hyannis. Always delivers when necessary. 17 RBIs, putting him 5th in the league. Has 6 doubles as well, having him tied for second. A 1 grounder back up the middle. Kent by the second base bag and has a strong throw to get Michael Detallo out. Snow was moving on the fielder's choice as he now stands at third.
And that was a slow chopper that Kent had to go and get. Made a solid throw, set his feet, and threw an absolute laser to Brody Donay over at first base.
Now Alex Lodis swings and misses. He was sent fastball and out and ahead of the pitch. Mo shakes off the first pitch. He gets in. Crees on the second.
Big spot for Lodis. You got runner on third base with 2 outs. A base hit ties up the game.
Ace looks at a called strike at the knees.
And the battery of Kofor and DJ Primo must like the way that Lodis has been reacting to these sliders. That's 3 in a row, and he's even shaken off and gone back to the slider. We'll see what he does here.
1-2, number that goes back to Primo. Snow came in hard down the third base line. And Lodis grounds out. And now we send it down to Josie Broyles, who is standing by with the newly minted big leaguer, Andre Scalan.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Andre Scalan, who just got drafted to the Tampa Bay Rays. Here on the sideline, Andre, what was it like to find out that news in the dugout?
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. A lot of mixed emotions, roller coaster of emotions, but it's an unbelievable feeling and it's a blessing.
This must be such a dream come true for you. What's your biggest lesson and your biggest thing that you're really going to bring with you during this new chapter?
To not ride the highs and lows, no matter how good you're throwing or how bad you're throwing, to be the same guy and show up the same day like a professional. So.
And with your time on the Cape coming to an end soon, what's your favorite part? You're just the most enjoyable part of this entire experience for you.
I love everything about this place. It's beautiful here. The weather's nice. The team is awesome. The interns are awesome. The coaching staff, I have no complaints about the Cape. I've absolutely loved my time here.
All right, thank you so much and congrats. Thank you.
Thank you, Josie Broyles, and congrats again to Andre Scalan. One of those surreal moments. We were talking to Mitch Karer, and all of a sudden, he came running out from the dugout, and everyone saw the call come to Andre Scalan, sprinted away from the dugout, went running up on top of the hill, and took the call to hear the Tampa Bay Rays selected him in the MLB draft. One of those surreal moments for everybody involved, seeing a kid's dream realized right in front of everyone's eyes.
Yeah, it's a super cool moment that, and you hear all these Cape Cod players getting drafted, but you don't get to see many of these moments. A lot of these guys going home for the draft. A lot of these guys, we don't get to experience what we got to experience today. There was kind of a buzz happening when he was on the phone, and as soon as he got off the phone, his face, all smiles, and everyone just started clapping for him. Such a cool moment we got to see before the game.
Yeah, and absolutely deserving of it. He has put together some really nice innings for Hyannis this season, was really impressive in his collegiate season as well, and not much of a better team than the Tampa Bay Rays to go to as a pitcher. That organization just breeds pitcher after pitcher, so really exciting for him.
Brody Donay takes on Sean Fitzpatrick. 75-mile-an-hour pitch that finds its way back into the zone.
And when we talk about the summer he's had in Galan, 1 start, 4 appearances out of the bullpen, 13 2/3 innings pitched this summer, 14 strikeouts, only 5 walks. This is a guy who's been one of the more popular arms out of the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks.
.27-mile-an-hour breaking ball drops in below the zone for a ball, 2-2. For Donay in his return to McKeon Park. It's 1-for-1 with a home run and a walk. Was able to be brought in off the homer of Drew Farreau. He tips one right back into Dalton Bargo as he is shaken up.
Donay, a catcher himself, understands that pain. He's going to walk around, check on Bargo. Kind of laughing it off right now.
Never a comfortable feeling. Now Fitzpatrick steps again. Onto the rubber. 2-2, fastball at 91 for the strikeout.
Love the sequencing from Fitzpatrick there. Saw a lot of sliders, try to backdoor it, and then we'll try to work it low in the zone, which Donay was able to foul some off, took a couple pitches down the zone, but then speeds it up. 91-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone, and Donay could not catch up to it.
Drew Farreau, the last time he was in the box, had the 2-run shot. Get the Whitecaps ahead. He taps one. Foul. 1-1.
And Farreau, another Knoll. Talked about his home run he hit earlier, an absolute rocket.
1-1 is swung on and missed. Farrow's behind in the count, 1-2.
And it was so cool to see the Knolls completely switch over from not having really any success 2 years ago in the 22-23 season. And then all of a sudden this past year, you get a few more pieces. You get a little bit older as well, more experience. Guys like Cam Smith, James Tibbs, another year under their belt. Jaime Farreau, one of them. And
1-2, sent in a left center field gap. Tate over to it, and it's out of here. Another homer for the Whitecaps. It has the Brewster Whitecaps up 5-3.
And that's another home run for the Whitecaps and another home run for Drew Farreau. That changeup or that back door just staying down the zone, changeup to the right-hander Farreau, and Farreau went down and got it. No problem for him. Left center gap. Just sneaking over the wall in left field, 399 feet off the bat. And the long ball strikes again.
Max Kofer now to take on Fitzpatrick. Pitch upstairs. 1-0. Hyannis still looking for 2 more outs here in this top of the 6th. Healthy swing and miss at 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Kofer 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Pitch in for strike called. If you like home runs, this has been the game for you. 4 home runs alone on the Whitecaps side. For Hyannis, there's been 2. 1-2 inside. 2-2. And let the Whitecaps pick up the 32nd home run of their summer. Leading the Cape Cod Baseball League. Long ball focused team that's on full display tonight. Pitch inside to load the count full.
That was a great active take there by Max Kofer. That slider just coming 2 inside, but that one starting in for a strike. He saw him load his hands, work his hips.
Kofer has a hard grounder that Tatalo lays out for to make the grab. 2 away.
And that ball caught Tatalo, hit on a line 98 off the bat. And Tatalo just stuck the glove out, went down to a knee, and then fired over to first for the second out.
Yeah, you see it here. Great play, but even better strong throw. Having throw all the way across the diamond.
Does a great job of staying with it. Making sure it doesn't get too far away from him. I already talked about when you're in that 5-hole. Have to try and speed everything up. So runner has a little bit of an advantage on the distance. Tatalo has to try and go throw 4.
That was also a pretty incredibly athletic play from Dalton Bargo there. That slider putting way too much on Fitzpatrick's glove side, and Dalton Bargo hit a little spin on the pick to work in his glove side.
High chopper that goes to Snow, fielding it off the hop. Cavill's able to stab it out of the air. For the 3rd out of the top of the 6th, it's Drew Farreau's 2nd home run that increases the Whitecaps' lead to 2. And with that, we welcome back into the broadcast Matt Coates.
Thanks, guys. We saw some pretty phenomenal Harbor Hawks performances this past week. On the bump, Jason Reitz had 1 start, 5 innings pitched, no earned runs allowed, and 4 strikeouts. Offensively, there's more we've seen all season from Michael Tatalo. He hit his first home run of the season, giving him 5 RBIs and a 1.046 OPS on the season. Guys, Tatalo's been amazing for us all year, heading into this game with a .316 batting average. He's been a phenomenal player, and just like Nico, he loves this weather. He's a Texas boy himself, plays college ball in Texas. During pregame, had those sleeves rolled up, and he was feeling good. Guys, on the other hand, me, I look like Jacob Irons. I got a pink chest and a pink back after going to the beach yesterday. I think Tatalo's feeling a little bit better under the heat rays. Looks at a high UV, gets excited. Unlike me, I see a high UV, and I hide in the air conditioning. So those are why Jason Reitz and Michael Tatalo are our Rob B. Hour Construction Players of the Week. Congratulations to the both of them. And congratulations to Nico for not having to spend money on sunscreen this summer.
Thank you so much, Matt Coates.
I got lost on what the story there was for a second. I was so entertained by that.
Wow.
Irons catching a stray there
Yeah.
a little bit. Although it was self-deprecating
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, no, in all fairness, me and Matt Coates, we share the sunscreen quite regularly. We don't have the complexion that tans. We have burn, and then that's it. There's no tan in our vocabulary. But Matt Coates, got to toss a little bit of aloe on it.
I got some in my fridge ready for him if he wants it.
I'll say with Josh Schreiber's summer with the sun, go right to him.
I've been so good since that incident of
full
whatever
body,
it was. Yeah.
full body sunburn.
Yep. I've been ready. Yesterday, I was applying, reapplying, reapplying. I was ready.
And did it work for you? No sunburns today.
No sunburns.
Nothing.
No sunburns.
Wow, great job, Josh Schreiber. Got back in, but yeah, I haven't used. Matt Coates is right. I haven't used sunscreen yet this summer.
The gift that is. The amount of sunscreen that is on this body is crazy for me this summer. Blake Cabell looks at a pitch inside, 2-0. And is trying to respond after. Oh, is another home run for Drew Farrow. 2-1 count here to Blake Cabell. 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out. Pitch inside, 3-1, the soon-to-be Savannah Banana. He gets ready to depart for the weekend to join in on all the fun. 3-1 outside, and Cabell gets himself aboard to lead off the bottom of the 6th to bring up Anthony Silva.
Get the leadoff runner on base in Blake Cabell, who has struggled recently. Good to see him get on base. Hopefully that could get him going a little bit. And it brings up a guy who has not been struggling recently in Anthony Silva. This feels like a big opportunity for Hyannis to maybe cut this deficit down.
Find themselves trailing by 2.
And you still have time for the Harbor Hawks here in the bottom of the 6th. Still have the last third of this ball game to be able to chip away, but it's going to be so important. Only a 2-run ball game. If they can find one or even tie the game here, you know, it's only a bloop and a blast away.
0-1 to Silva is upstairs, 1-1. All one's in the dirt.
And
for a called strike, 1-2.
That was DJ Promo's 25th pitch, and for the Brewster Whitecaps, going to be Levi Huseman. Another Vanderbilt product in the bullpen for them.
Pitch outside, 2-2.
You can see the Commodore there.
Pitch inside to Silva, 3-2. And for Anthony Silva, a workhorse. Loves baseball and always is getting to the field early, putting in that extra work in the cages and perfecting his swing to get it ready for the next level and get it ready for TCU for next spring. Now back-to-back walks from Promo. He'll lead off the bottom of the 6th to bring up Nick Groves.
Here we go. We got Nick Groves up again in a big spot. Josh Tate on deck. Something we have said quite a bit here in these past few games.
For Hyannis, they went back to their cardiac ways over the last couple of games. Talking to my grandmother today. has to consult her cardiologist with how late these games have been going and how close they've been. Pitch that's outside, 1-0.
Don't like to hear that, but I guess luckily Hyannis has come out on top on a lot of them.
Bunt pulled once more by Nick Groves, 2-0.
So Groves showed bunt there twice. The bunt coverage that the Brewster Whitecaps are going to run here with runners on first and second. Brody Donay, the first baseman, is going to come and retrieve the bunt. Daniel Cuvée is going to stay home unless the ball is bunted right to him. Pitcher will have the third base line. So it'll be Caden Kent rotating to cover first base. Donay comes in. So with this bunt coverage, they're going to try to make it out at third base if you have it. They're not going all out for it, but with Brody Donay crashing, their hope is to try to get the lead runner and Blake Cavill over at second base, get the lead runner.
And maybe one of the reasons for that, you got Blake Cavill on second, who's not the fastest. You got to force out at third, so a little bit more opportunity to make that play easily.
For Nick Groves, has talked about meeting these high-pressure moments, loves them. Says that's where he thrives in understanding big moments and big plays, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Nick Groves to load the bases for Josh Tate.
And that's not bad. That just got away from Promo. Promo, understand that those are free. You can possibly get a free out there, either the lead runner or making the out at first base. That one just getting away from it allows a free pass. Now the bases are loaded.
A new arm will be brought in for the Whitecaps to face the Harbor Hawks with bases loaded and nobody away. Tell you about the new hurler when we return.
Cape Cod, we're Bourne Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
Levi Huseman walks in from the bullpen trying to get out of this half inning without allowing a run to cross.
And they're going to go to another southpaw from a Vanderbilt Commodore. This will be his 5th appearance for the Whitecaps. He has 1 start, but most of his opportunities have come out of the bullpen. 13 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts, 7.62 ERA from the Commodore, and he got 12 innings for the Commodores this past spring.
And another left-hander that, not a left-handed specialist this time. He came in and faced lots of big-time hitters across the SEC in big-time moments as well. So Vandy trusts him, and Brewster certainly does as well, as he's coming in a fireman situation, bases loaded with nobody out.
He's got to try and close the door for Josh Tate, Kane Kepley, and Eric Snow all due up. 3 great hitters for Hyannis. So far today, Josh Tate's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Understanding how he approaches the game, he's 1 swing away from making an impact. Was the run, came to tie YD back in the 9th inning walk-off 2 days ago. Pitch is called for strike on the Georgia Southern left fielder.
Daniel Cuvée, the third baseman, playing about even with the bag, not in on the grass.
0-1 is fisted down into the right field gap. Cavill comes in to score. Silva comes in easily. Going all the way to third is Nick Groves, and Josh Tate delivers when the Harbor Hawks needed him the most. It's a 5-5 ball game.
Just a beautiful job by Tate. Gets the off-speed pitch down in the zone and waits back on it beautifully, ripping it into the right center field gap and tying the game for the Harbor Hawks with the new wing coming in for Brewster.
Now with runners on the corners, signs will be delivered to the infield from Kofor, the catcher. It's Nick Groves standing on third. With Josh Tate over at first, and with Josh Tate's speed, have to imagine second base is within his view.
Only his 9th game for the Harbor Hawks, but has 4 stolen bases, which is third on the team in only 9 games.
Kepley grounds one over to Farrow, underhands it to Kent. It's a speedy Kepley that's able to beat out the double play, and Hyannis able to re-grab the lead as they lead 6-5.
It's going to be almost impossible to double off Kane Kepley. That's a slow dribbler to Farrow. Still made it a close play, but Kane Kepley able to beat it out and get the RBI.
And kind of a weird contact made. It looked like it was hit off maybe the label of the bat, and it was a slow read to score for Groves, but he ends up making that read in time, and the middle infield playing back, looking for the double play, so they really had no shot at home plate.
Got to keep an eye on Kane Kepley, as well as Huseman's doing just that. Kepley, great speed, 14 stolen bases so far this summer. He's going to try and grab another one. Throw down is in time. Crawford's able to throw one down to Farrow to apply the tag for the second out.
And it's going to be a bang-bang play here. Kane Kepley didn't go off first move, went off a read steal. We'll take a look here.
Just a perfect throw.
It's a bang-bang play. Kane Kepley looks like he may have got that left hand in there, but yeah, what a throw by Crawford. Can't ask for a much better throw. Right on the base, on the right side. Can't ask for much more.
And I mean, if you have a bang-bang play like that, and it's hard to tell, a lot of times the umpire is going to reward the throw from the catcher.
Eric Snow swings through on the 3-1 for the full count. To the 2-2, excuse me. Snow looks at a pitch inside, and now we get a 3-2.
Back-to-back back foot sliders, their attempt from Levi Huseman. The first one, he got Eric Snow to half offer up, get the sword out.
Snow gets one down into center field out of the reach of the ranging Farrow. And Eric Snow has not been denied first base today. 3 for 3 with a hit by pitch.
And just a beautiful piece of hitting again. He hits him to left, he hits him to right, and now to center. Right over the head of the shortstop, and Eric Snow is a man on a mission right now.
Over the last 10 games was batting .321. Should see that number make a jump after the performance he's having tonight. Dalton Bargo looks at a ball 1-0.
And this is why Brewster has struggled so far this season to win games. They have not been able to hold leads. I think a timeout called by Bargo that time. A little bit of a confusing. We've had that happen a couple times where the home plate umpire just called time.
Big swing and a miss for Dalton Bargo. He was looking for his second of the day. It's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a home run. It's a home run that brought in Snow back in the first to open the scoring, both for Hyannis and the contest. Bargo gets all that one, but it goes foul. 1-2. Two is upstairs. Snow thought about a read. Coming in is Farrow. They're going to drive back, and it's a ball that gets away from Donay. Snow's going to be able to go grab second base. Looked like he was going to be dead in the water, but with him eliciting a throw back to Donay, he's able to grab second.
And we've seen that from the Harbor Hawks. They love to go with the delayed steal. You know, whenever they feel like they can catch the catcher sleeping, maybe catch it going down to a knee or catching it and looking down just out of habit, the Harbor Hawks like to take advantage. That time, Coffer was ready for the delayed steal, made a perfect throw, almost caught Eric Snow dead in the water, but he swam his way out of it and didn't drown.
Eric Snow in the cha-cha slide right now at second base. It's going left, going right, going everywhere, trying to draw the attention of Huseman.
And you heard Farrow at shortstop yell, "Step off." But Huseman decided he had everything under control, but Bargo had a wide open hole for a moment.
2-2 to Bargo. It's called at the knees for a strike. Huseman's able to get out of the half inning, but it's a big single from Josh Tate.
There it is, Josh Tate finding a way to get it done. Backdoor slider there, stays up. Beautiful swing there from Tate. Change the ball game. Harbor Hawks find a way to go up, leading 6-5 as we enter the 7th.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bourne Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bourne Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
The lights at McKeon Park stay bright all season long thanks to the Knack Cape Cod. The Knack offers 2 convenient locations in Hyannis and Orleans, both offering delicious burgers, tacos, sandwiches, and more. Visit knackcapecod.com to order online today. The Knack Cape Cod is proud to be the Light Up the Park sponsor of the Harbor Hawks all season long. Casey Hintz now comes in relief of Sean Fitzpatrick.
Casey Hintz, this will be his 7th appearance for the Hawks. From Illinois, went to Arizona this past spring. This will be his 7th appearance once again. 14 innings pitched, averaging 2 innings every appearance. 17 strikeouts, only 4 walks. Doing a great job going right after these guys. And his big thing, arm angle, sinker, slider. You look at he just changed his delivery this past year. from his pitching coach, Kevin Vance. And he's going to be a big ground ball pitcher. He has to keep everything down the zone. And so far, so good. He's found himself with a lot of success with only a 2.57 ERA this summer.
For Casey Hintz, steps in a big spot for Hyannis, just re-grabbing the lead. They now lead by 1. Going to try and keep the Whitecaps away. For Brewster, this is the lone team they have not beaten so far this summer. Being at all 9 other teams in the league except for Hyannis. Trying to change that tonight here in their 3rd meeting. Dumanel swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. Takes a called strike for the second.
Casey Haynes quickly working ahead through the fastball, up in the zone, then brought it back a slider in behind it. That second time, Dumanel's let go of the bat, and yeah, he's going to ask for pine tar right on cue. That's 2 swings where one hand has completely fallen off.
Swinging too hard. Maybe not hard enough. Not fully throwing the bat.
And expect a Josh Olynyk stat after this game with how many times if Dumanel lets go of one hand too early, what the numbers are. And I mean, Josh Schreiber has the stats for you that that no one else may have.
I mean, I think he's done it on almost every at bat, and
he didn't do it on the first, so he's 0 for
out.
0 with 2 walks.
Boom. There it is.
Dumanel strikes out,
He ruined it
for the first out here in the top of the 7th. Now Caden Kent had a walk back in the 3rd, but has been retired his other 2. Pitch is low on Kent, 1-0. Liner out of the reach of the jumping Cavill, and it's into the right field corner. Kent is wheeled around first and goes in sliding to second for a double. He gets his first hit of the evening to bring up Ryder Helfrich.
It's that 88-mile-per-hour sinker down in the zone. Caden Kent went down and got it. Hard line drive right over the glove of Blake Cavill over at first base. 92 miles per hour off his bat down the line.
Helfrich has the tying run at second base in Kent. It's been back and forth all evening long. It steals. Great pitch for a called strike.
Helfrich, wonder if he got a chance to meet his future teammate Carson Bowles, who we were talking about earlier, did the pie eating contest, the new Harbor Hawk. Transferring to Arkansas, where Helfrich is already a part of that team.
A 1 nips. A corner for a strike, 0-2. Slider outside. Peel down to Matthew Newman, the third base umpire. Say he did not go around and Ryder Helfrich. Casey Hintz, a two-way player from the University of Arizona, gets a strikeout there. Nasty slider from that sidearm delivery. Cuts all the way left to right for the second strikeout here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, that slider has so much movement, especially coming from that sidearm angle, like you said, Jacob Irons. And that one's going to start behind the hitter of Helfrich. And that's 18 inches of horizontal movement right there from the right-hander, Casey Hintz.
Cuvée looks at a called strike. Hintz trying to end this half inning with Kent standing on second. 1 to Cuvée. Sam Finn will say he went around. Now Cuvée is behind 0-2.
It's back-to-back sliders, and it's got that frisbee movement. You know, when you throw a frisbee, you see how much arc that thing has, and that's what Casey Hintz throws up there. Has so much late break at 79 miles per hour.
0-2, swing and a miss. Casey Hintz comes in and gets all 3 outs via the strikeout. Hyannis remains leading by 1. It's stretch time here at McKeon Park.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bourne Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
Welcome back. Let's take a look at this nasty pitch from Casey Hintz.
Yeah, that sinker down in the zone. He had back-to-back with that nice slider, and then he drops that sinker right at the bottom of the zone. That one just falls off the table, has so much vertical movement.
Hey, Hawks fans, if you live on Cape Hawk, the Harbor Hawks are in need of host families as the 2024 season continues, and we need your help. Email us today at harborhawks@gmail.com to join our family. Big shout out to one of our own family members in Megan Swenson. It's her 21st birthday today. Get in the back of her head as she's in deep baseball analytics talk with Mikey Lucario, one of the directors of baseball ops. As Ditalo grounds one over to Cuvée, who cannot hang on to it, trying to go for the glove. And Ditalo is able to get aboard via the error.
Yeah, that one just sliding out of the glove of Cuvée, chopper. But yeah, happy birthday, Meg. 21st birthday today, celebrating it over with the baseball ops. Does a great job for us. Always letting us know number changes and giving us insight on each player as you see her talking to her fellow baseball ops peers. Once again, happy 21st.
Lodis looks at a ball upstairs and away, 1-0. Let's give you an update around what's going on in the league. Only 2 other games in action right now. It's an 8-8 ball game in the bottom of the 6th between Chatham and Falmouth. Lodis sends one high and foul, and then it's the Wareham Gatemen leading 3-1 over the Orleans Firebirds. Hyannis taking on Commodores tomorrow back at Gov Fuller Field as they finish up a 2-game homestand.
Guys, I think I'm going to have the fried pickles when we go to Falmouth tomorrow. Gov Fuller Field concession stand is quite impressive.
So big food day for you tomorrow. You have the ice cream planned.
Oh, yeah.
Before and maybe after, and then fried pickles.
I was upset I missed the last Falmouth game because I look forward to going to Gov Fuller Field.
Lodice gets one to drop in front of Rogers. In left field, station to station, moves the Talo over to second.
It's a 90-mile-per-hour fastball right in on the hands of Lodice. Lodice able to get the barrel out front, pulling it down the left field line. That's a great job for his second hit of his afternoon.
Blake Cavell that time tried to pull the bunt back, but just couldn't do it in time as it was in on his hands.
And that's what you're taught as a pitcher. If you see a guy square early, throw it up and in, and he's going to bring that bat back, and it's going to make contact a lot of the time as he tries to get it down. And a lot of times it ends up being a pop-out.
Bunt shown again, pulls back. Donay comes crashing in once more.
Talked about earlier in the at-bat with Groves. Brewster Whitecaps will have the same bunt coverage. Donay's going to crash in from first base. Kent, the second baseman, going to go cover first base.
Bunt shown once more. Cavell bunts it, and his face shows it all. Wanted that to go fair, but can't get it in between the chalk.
Gonna have a mound meeting here. The 1-2 count coming up. You know, you're assuming that Cavell will not be bunting anymore as he's still shaking his head, but with no outs, you know, you have an opportunity to get a big strikeout and then set yourself up for the opportunity for a double play. You do have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen with Anthony Silva up next. You may make that move. So this is a huge batter for Huseman.
Cavell shows it again. He pulls it back just in time, 2-2. Mitch Karer has talked about he is an aggressive manager. And a 1-2 shows bunt once more for Cavell. What does he do here on the 2-2? Shows bunt again, and it is fouled away for the out here in the top of the seventh.
And for Cavell there, you would he's trying showing the bunt a little late. You'd like to see him, especially if you're going for a pure sacrifice, you'd like to see him square a little bit earlier. You know, he tried to show late right there, and that's why the barrel was still in motion whenever that ball came through the zone. That's why you saw him just miss there. And again, Mitch Karer going to say that even with 2 strikes, I need you to get the job done. I need you to find a way to get these runners over.
Someone has done his job is Anthony Silva. Has 2 walks. His 0 for 1 day so far. Really has command of the zone right now for Hyannis. This is somewhat of their highest developing third of the lineup over the past 3 games. And Silva, Groves, and Tate, this back third. Silva fouls one into the netting.
You could make the argument that the back third of the lineup has been the most crucial part of the lineup these past few games. And then add Kane Kepley into that, who it feels like has just tied a bow on top of everything that the bottom third has gotten going.
It'll be a pitching change for the Whitecaps. Hyannis trying to add on to their 6-5 lead when we return.
Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
It's Boston Flannery, sophomore out of UNC Chapel Hill, to come in and try and shut the door.
Comes in another big moment. Harbor Hawks threatening the right-hander, sophomore from New York. 6'4", tall frame, works fastball, breaking ball. It's going to be a hard curveball, and he's also got like a more of a slurve movement to his breaking ball. And look for him as currently has 5 innings, third under his belt. Something to look out for. He's got 1 strikeout, 6 walks. Struggled with the command here early in the summer.
Comes in a big spot for Hyannis and Brewster. They've been trading back and forth 1-run leads for a large majority of this evening's game. And for Hyannis, you feel if you could go grab a second or a third run, feel a lot more comfortable heading into the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th.
And a big spot for Flannery, who didn't pitch a whole lot in the collegiate season. Once they got to, didn't pitch a lot in ACC conference play, I should say. So some big opportunities for him and a big opportunity for Anthony Silva to provide some insurance going into the 8th.
There's a mid-at-bat pitching change as well. Silva will be behind 0-1 now to the new Boston Flannery. First pitch is upstairs at 92. 1-1. So it looks at another fastball outside, 2-1. For Flannery, hasn't found the zone yet since coming in from the bullpen. So it fouls one back off of Cover. Over the count to 2-2.
Great job to work himself back into this AB. Down 2-0. Anthony Silva, guy who's been swinging it well. Works back 2-2. Brody Donay, who was in front of the runner on first in Alex Lodis, has now moved behind to allow himself to cover more ground over there at first base.
2-2, breaking ball that gets away from Kofer. The Talo and Lodis are able to grab an extra 90 feet to put themselves in scoring position.
A lot of things just happened there now. No more double play. Looks like they're going to bring the infield in. So now the infield not going to be able to cover as much ground, but it also has an open base over there. Expect the right-hander in Flannery to give his best pitch and maybe work corner here and not be afraid to work a walk.
Silva sends one into shallow left center field. Italo comes in. It's a Hyannis lead that's now by 2.
And Anthony Silva coming through yet again. A line drive single into left center field. And he certainly barreled that pitch. Lodi's had to stop, so 2 runs didn't score, but you're still confident with Nick Groves, who's been your hottest hitter in the lineup, up now with 2 runners on base.
And that's maybe why you saw the stop sign there. You don't want to get a close play in Lodi's at the plate with only 1 out. Allow Nick Groves, who's been swinging the bat well, to be able to work in production.
First pitch into Groves is a strike. Silva went running off of first. Everyone going over to the second base bag to try and protect.
Now, I don't know if it was on purpose, but bluffing like you are going to second can kind of reveal what Brewster would do in that situation with runners on first and third. A potential double steal attempt with Lodi's, who does have speed, on third.
Rose behind in the count. 0 for 2. Pitch inside, 1-2, and for Groves. It's 0 for 0 with a hit by pitch and 2 walks. Talked about his .487 on-base percentage, best in the Cape Cod Baseball League, fully on display here today. And now Silva got caught over at second, diving back over into third is Lodi's. And now Donay, along with Ken, who's out to have a convo with Matthew Newman. And they're going to ask the umpires to come together there. It was Silva getting caught leaning. Then he darts down to second. It was close eye over at third, and Lodi's was able to get back.
And from my angle, it looked like what happened was Lodi's went to slide feet first, but he missed the bag with the right foot. And I think that's what Cuvée was arguing, because
Whoa, and we got an overchanged call here. It's one of those tough situations, and Sam Finn, the home plate umpire, has a look down to third.
And that has to be the only option, is if he looked and saw that he did miss the bag, because ultimately there would be no way to say, hey, bang, bang, what did you see here? No, that you don't make that call as an umpire. It's got to be an idea where, yeah, it's going to be Finn behind home plate, who maybe had a view behind home plate of Lodi's missing the bag. And
it will be an overruled call by Sam Finn, the home plate umpire, to change it to an out. And in one of those situations, it's got to be undisputable evidence from Finn to make the call for Newman there after the conversation. Now the 1-2 to Groves inside, 2-2. And just like that, Hyannis had a runner at third. And that is wiped away.
Now you're feeling pretty good about the Anthony Silva RBI single that provided you a little bit of cushion. A 2-run lead now.
2-2 that Groves holds on to work himself back into a full count.
It's every big spot where he's doing this. 0-2 and working himself back. So far, he's been very successful.
3-2 is upstairs, and Nick Groves works his third walk of the night and his second in a big spot.
Again, finds his way on, and he's found himself on base all 4 times without even picking the bat off his shoulder. 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and 2 runners back on for the Harbor Hawks, and Nick Groves works another great at-bat and ends up with the end result of finding a way on.
Now Josh Tate is able to find the gap. Right center field to bring in the 2 runs back in the 6th. He returns to the batter's box with runners on first and second. 1-0, Tate has go foul. One pitch to Tate. He goes reaching for.
That's a great fight swing there from Tate. 89 miles per hour. That did catch the bottom part of the zone. And he's not trying to put that one in play. He just slaps that one over the dugout of the Brewster Whitecaps to extend his at-bat.
1-2 to Tate, misses outside 2-2. And Hyannis has done a good job of a stat that has really been created here in Hyannis of a battled average, working with 2 strikes on you. I have to imagine Nick Groves with his approach at the plate runs up there, and Josh Tate sits on another ball after being down 0-2 quickly. He's in another full count as well.
And it puts so much pressure on the pitcher, tiring him out, especially a guy that typically does not throw a lot of pitches in an outing.
3-2, runners go. And it's another walk worked by a Harbor Hawk. This time it's Josh Tate, and now bases loaded for Kane Kepley.
And that's now the 7th walk worked today by the Harbor Hawks. Still in the 7th inning, so time to up that number. And with 2 outs, though, there's nowhere to put Kane Kepley, who is the Cape League's walk leader.
He will make you work to find the zone. For Flannery, I have to try and find it here. Most disciplined batter on the Cape. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0.
And Kepley's a guy who can do it all. He's great patience, works a lot of walks, saw the long ball earlier in the game.
This inning has been so long that Casey Hintz is in the bullpen right now for the Harbor Hawks, trying to stay warm.
10 minutes away from the 3-hour mark of tonight's game. Pitch outside, 2-1 to Kane Kepley.
Got a lot of quick feet on the base pass as well. You have Anthony Silva at third, Nick Groves at second, and Josh Tate at first base. Ball in the gap could open this game wide open.
2-1 to Kepley is upstairs. 3-1. Bases loaded. Kepley can't go anywhere. Flannery and the Whitecaps on doorstep of walking in a run to increase Hyannis' lead. 3-1 is outside, and it's a walk worked by Kane Kepley, and Hyannis brings in more assurance runs. It's Anthony Silva making the jog from third to home.
He had no place to put Kepley, but it didn't matter. It seems like Flannery is getting gassed right now. Completely lost control of the strike zone.
Now 3 straight walks to Hyannis batters, and now Eric Snow looks at a strike. Snow fouls back into the netting to be behind the count. 0-2. Snow, deep shot to center field. Ross to the warning track and makes the grab. Hyannis able to get 2 more across. They lead 8-5 as we go into the 8th.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bourne Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bourne Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
Casey Hintz makes the jog from the bullpen after being in there to try and warm up after the lengthy bottom of the 7th for Hyannis as we enter the 8th alongside Nico Sharp, Josh Schreiber. I'm Jacob Irons. Matt Coates and Josie Broyles have been on the sidelines for us this evening. It's been a game, a little bit of everything so far, guys. It's been home runs. It's been small ball for Hyannis. Really some good pitching from Hyannis from their bullpen when they've needed it the most.
Yeah, it's been a lot of good pitching, and for the Harbor Hawks pitching staff, it's been the long ball that they've given up. That's the only thing that's hurt them. Is so far for the Whitecaps, haven't been able to produce a whole bunch of runs. It's all been the long ball, and so far it's been working for them. 5-8, very close game here as we enter the top of the 8th.
It's J.D. Rogers who takes a called strike. Rogers, one of the Whitecaps to have a home run today. Started off the back-to-back party in the 2nd. 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. Fowler back.
I think Bargo just kind of whiffed on the catch attempt. We're maybe a bit of a cross-up.
Two one is lined into right field. Rogers opens up the 8th to get the leadoff man aboard for the Whitecaps.
It's a great swing from the left-hander Rogers. That slider going right into his barrel path. He pulls that one very sharply down the right field line. It's a great swing, and that slider missing middle in. And if you can read slider early, that's what happens is that bad path from the lefty falls perfectly into it.
Now the dangerous Brody Donay take on hits.
Donay would love to get some, not necessarily revenge on his former team.
Grounder over to his former Harbor Hawk and Eric Snow trying to beat it out. Donay is able to. A grounder deep into the hole that Snow was able to range to. Trying to beat out Brody Donay, but Donay gets him down the line.
It's a bang-bang play that just soars away from Eric Snow just a little bit, works a little bit up, and Donay looks like he did beat it by a step. It's Another close play, but the Florida Gator just gets a beat on that one.
Pitch gets away from Bargo, and now 2 in scoring position for the Whitecaps with nobody away.
And the Whitecaps threatening here with Drew Farrow has had his time of success, has 2 home runs on the day, 3 RBIs. And he comes up, and he is 1 shot away from tying up this ball game.
Pitch in for a strike on Farrow. Farrow already has 2 home runs. As they appeal down to Matthew Newman to say Farrow did not go around. Two-one, Matt Farrow swings through on the 79-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah, that slider has so much movement, and he handcuffs the left-handed hitter in Drew Farrow. Can't leave that one over the plate. Does a great job to get it in on the hands.
2-2, swing and a miss. Casey Hintz gets the first out of the top of the 8th with 2 runners in scoring position breathing down his neck.
And that is a big out for Casey Hintz. Runners on second and third. You know, if 1 run scores, you're still feeling confident, but to be able to get an out to now the point where if you exchange an out for a run, you feel comfortable to get that to 2 outs.
Pitch inside to Max Kofer, 1-0. Kofer 0 for 3. 2 groundouts and a strikeout. 1-0 is upstairs. 2-0.
Down 2-0 here. Harbor Hawks bullpen starting to get loose over there. It'll be number 36, Josh Auk. For Hyannis, just tossing.
2-0 slider that cuts back in. Kofer, realizing late it was going to be a strike, just tried to get his barrel on it.
Beautiful stop by Bargo, saving a run.
Bargo laying out his entire body. Prevent that ball from getting into the backstop. 2-1. Mile into the air. Tate under it and making the throw into third. So it will get away from the cutoff man Datalo. Went between his wickets. Went home with it. And scoring on the sacrifice is Rogers. Putting the Whitecaps 2 runs away.
That's one of those Jacob Irons that we were talking about. You'll trade the out for the run, and Brewster Whitecaps chipping away at this lead and still threatening.
Have 2 outs here. Tanner Cunha is out to talk to Casey Hintz. Josh Ock warming the bullpen. Hyannis Ross stands in the on-deck circle, about ready to enter the box. He's 1 for 3 with single and 2 groundouts. For Hyannis. Big at-bat right now to not allow the lineup turnover with a runner on. First pitch to Ross. A slider into the zone for a strike. Tapper Hintz is able to stab out of the air to get the third out. Casey Hintz, after allowing the first to aboard via the single, only allows one to play. It's the Harbor Hawks holding on to their 2-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And with the bottom of the 8th, we say good evening to Josie Broyles for one more time.
Thanks, guys. Wanted to give a quick update on the draft so far. We've had 19 past and current Harbor Hawks get drafted, and we're all very proud of them. But I wanted to shine the light on 3. Cam Janik, who will be playing for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and we have John Gazdar, who will be with the St. Louis Cardinals, and we have one more going to the Tampa Bay Rays. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Josie. Andre Scalan making his way over to the Tampa Bay Rays, and some great names on that from this 2024 team, hearing their name called today. And the draft, seeing their dreams realized for Hyannis, trying to tack on and get a couple more runs. They only lead by 2 right now in the bottom of the 8th. Take a look at the Hyannis upcoming schedule. Got a big week of baseball for them. Got a makeup with Orleans on Thursday. Go to Gov Fuller Field like we've talked about tomorrow. Return home for a 2-game homestand against Chatham and Harwich to start the weekend. And then back on the road to Bourne to take on the Braves. Team they have not beaten yet this year. The lone team Hyannis has not been able to take care of. It's been the Bourne Braves. Going to go to Durham Park. And for Hyannis, it's a big stretch of baseball trying to move in the standings. A new arm for the Whitecaps.
It's going to be the southpaw, Jacob Marlowe from Florida State. Sophomore, 5'11", had 27 appearances in the spring. This will be his 5th appearance this summer. 6 innings pitched under his belt. So far, has found a lot of success. 3 even ERA. And strikes out a lot of guys. 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk. So far, comes in and tries to put up a big 0 here and try to let his Whitecaps chip away at this lead.
And Jacob Marlowe actually did not pitch this past season. He was a transfer from Central Florida, went to Florida State, but did not make any appearances, and so this is a big summer for him. Trying to kind of show some improvement from, any injury that he may have had, and even get to potentially face some future or current teammates.
Dalton Bargo bloops one over the head of Kent and in front of Dumanel to start the 8th off with a single for Hyannis.
It's a great swing to be able to find his way on and try to get that run back that the Brewster Whitecaps score at the top half of the inning.
Meyer Latalo steps in.
Jacob Marlowe, actually, an incredible story. Had open heart surgery this past winter and making his way back. Pitching in the Cape Cod League at that. So, clearly doing quite well.
Called for a strike on Latalo. 0-1. Talo fouls off another pitch. He's behind 0-2. To Talo, goes inside to make contact and sends it down to the Harbor Hawks bullpen. Great job by Talo. See just any piece of wood on it.
Yeah, it's that back foot slider from the left-hander Marlowe, and Dotal found a way somehow to foul that one off, pulled it all the way down into the Harbor Hawks bullpen.
0-2 pitch. Dotal sends one deep into left field, and it's off the wall. Dalton Bargo, hard turnaround second. He goes in standing to third, and it's a stand-up double for Michael Dotal, his 7th of the summer.
Yeah, what a swing there from Michael Dotal. That ball down and in, and he pulls it on time with the 86-mile-per-hour fastball. Just hitting off the sign there in left field. 2 ducks on the pond for the Harbor Hawks.
And now the teammates will go at each other right now. Runners on second and third. So if Marlowe does want to pitch around his teammate to get to the lefty Cavill, he can.
Pitch outside to his fellow Seminole. Big bragging rights moment for fall ball when they return to Tallahassee. Wind really picking up, blowing gust of 22 miles an hour.
This is really 2 of the biggest Florida State, I guess, teams in the Cape League.
Pitch inside, 2-1.
I think a big part of that, the success of James Tibbs for Brewster last summer, home run derby champion, all-star, and then, of course, Cam Smith and Jamie Arnold for Hyannis, both all-stars in their own right.
1-1 is called for strike. Don't forget about Jaime Ferrer as well with Brewster,
yeah,
from a summer ago. He's behind to his teammate. 1-2, Lodis is able to get lumber on.
And it's thanks to those changeups that got him ahead in the count. Riding on the hands, you see a lot of lefties throw changeups low and away to a right-handed hitter, but he's going right inside, and that ball having some arm side run.
Lodis fouls off another pitch.
Yeah, went back to the changeup. That one just staying a little too far up in the zone. Lodis able in a spot where he could handle it, just missed it.
Two-two to Lodis is a breaking ball that drops in for a strikeout looking, and the first out of this bottom of the 8th.
Really like the way Marlowe attacked him there. Never showed the backdoor slider that whole time, showing fastball, changeup. Worked really well down in the zone with the changeup. So right there, Lodis is looking fastball, changeup there, looking for the ball on that inner half, and he throws that backdoor breaking ball and just freezes him.
Now Blake Cavill, who struck out after fouling off a bunt with 2 strikes in the 7th, steps back on. 2 in scoring position. Infield will play in to prevent the run here. Healthy swing and miss from the Australian. Cavill, hard grounder over to Donay, who fields it down to a knee. Home runs came in with Bargo staying firm at third. Prime reason why you bring in the infield.
Nice job by Donay to just field that ball cleanly, look back Bargo, knowing he had plenty of time to get back over to first. Bargo not running on contact.
First pitch to Silva is a strike at 87 miles an hour.
Silva's 1 for 2, hadn't got an RBI in his last at-bat.
Silva looks at a pitch off the plate. for changeup at 76. One. Silva skies to the right side of the infield. Kent under it, makes the grab on the lip of the outfield grass. It's 8-6 Hyannis looking to try and hold on and walk away with the win when we return for the top of the ninth.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Josh Ock now steps on to try and close it out and get Hyannis a big win over the Brewster Whitecaps and pick up their 15th of the summer.
Yep, it's Ock time in McKeon Park. The Southern Miss freshman. Fastball slider comes in for his third appearance. Has one save already this season, so this is the guy they like to use to get the last 3 outs for the Harbor Hawks. Also has a win to his name, 1-0 record for him. Third appearance for the Harbor Hawks, all coming out of the bullpen. And again, guy they're going to use late in the game. Not going to be coming that middle part. Only 2 2/3 innings pitched for Ox so far. And we'll see if he can shut the door and get these last 3 outs.
Going to shut the door potentially on the top third of this Whitecaps lineup. It's a leadoff batter, Nick Dumanel to lead off. Caden Kemp behind him. Ryder Helfrich in the due-up positions. Going to be a big half inning for Ock. It's Hyannis holding on to a 2-run lead, but with the power that the Whitecaps have shown, if you can get one on, it is very much a game that could get tied up here at the top of the ninth.
And going with Ock, you feel good about going to him in general just because of what he was able to do at Southern Miss. Low ERA, and in college ball, that is nothing to sneeze at. Under 3 ERA, and he has electric stuff.
For Ock, his 4th appearance. Gonna have a lot of meaning to it. Swing and a miss, and Ock is ahead 0-2, working with his commanding fastball. The 0-2 pitch from Ock. An off-speed pitch. Away, 1-2. Dumanel 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Trying to get himself aboard to be 1 swing away. 1-2 is tapped foul down by batting practice Turtle beyond the first base line. pitch upstairs that Dumanel holds on. 2-2.
Good idea there from Auk, trying to climb the ladder. 91, got him the chase earlier. Just missed up in the zone.
Big 2-2, that's fouled back once more. Great job by the at-bat. Nick Dumanel has worked.
Yeah, every single at-bat has been just like this. He's gotten to 2 strike counts every time. He fouls pitches off left and right.
91-mile-an-hour fastball. Upstairs and away a little bit for a huge payoff pitch for Ock to deliver. All the way into the gravel and by the Brewster Whitecaps dugout. Cavill able to make a grab. Well, like the foul ball was going way out of bounds, and at the last second took a hook back.
So on all those fly balls that's hit more straight up, it's going to make a V at the top. That's why you got to trust your instincts, and that ball's going to fade away like it's going foul. It's going to come back to you. So that's why you saw Cavill almost overrun it there, and that's why and a lot of times these catchers have to make that tough play. When that ball looks like it's going out, you have to trust that's going to come back right to you.
First pitch to Kent is a strike on the lefty.
Just so much run on that fastball. Starting really on the inside part of the plate and catching the outside corner.
A 1 misses on Kent, 1-1. Had a double back in the 7th in his last AB. A 1, swing and a miss. 79-mile-an-hour breaking ball that goes inside on Kent. One-two pitch upstairs at 91. 2-2, and it's been the fastball for Ock that he's been trying to lean on, see how much he can try and elevate the zone vertically. But the Whitecaps doing a good job of staying disciplined. 1-2. Nubber popped up into the infield. Snow's able to get under it for the second out. Hyannis 1 out away from closing out the contest.
It's not going to be an easy out either. You got Ryder Helfrich coming to the plate. Has not found a ton of success today, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but with 1 swing of the bat, this very easily could be a 1-run game.
Wasn't striking out, he's flying out to Josh Tate twice. For Ryder Helfrich, we've talked about it. Really solid summer for him thus far. Grounder over to Snow. He's able to fire to Cavill, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Josh Ock. And Hyannis gets their 15th win of the summer and able to fend off the Brewster Whitecaps.
Great job from Ock to come in and shut the door. Didn't see too many zeros tonight all across the board. A lot of runs scored today and a lot of manufactured home runs from both sides. All came in, made it look easy, and got his second save of the summer.
His second save of the summer comes in a big spot for Hyannis. They're able to hold on to win the Home Run Derby Fest. For Josh Schreiber, Nico Sharp, I'm Jacob Irons, Josie Broyles, and Matt Coates, who've been on the sidelines. Our amazing production crew of Dan Bottolino, Chase Avery, and Charlie Adams. I'm Jacob Irons saying so long from McCann Park. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Gov Fuller Field. Hyannis and Falmouth, and a big one in the West Division tomorrow night.